is cold. Twisting metal, thunder growls, screams of tires, dirt that scowls. Crank it loud, boys, let it blast. Roads of fury racing fast. Southern Pride racing hours here. Fuel the fire, shift the gear. Every lap a rebel's dream. Gasoline, hearts and the scream. Dave and Dean crown the track. Each corner fight, ain't turning back. Crank it loud, boys, let it blast. Roads of fury racing fast. Southern Pride racing hours here. Fuel the fire, shift the gear. Nights alive, wheels embrace, burn the streets, set the pace. Hours, speed's the creed. Southern Pride, race and breed. Southern Pride, racing hours here. Fuel the fire, shift the gear. Nights alive, wheels embrace, burn the streets, set the pace. Hours, speed's the creed. Southern Pride, race and breed.
Hello, welcome to the show. The Racing Iron running just a little bit behind. It's a crazy day. Phone service, rainy, phone service down. We want to thank our guests for coming in the studio today.
Thank y'all.
We're going to introduce them in just a second. So, Dean we've been a little bit behind because, Dean, you got sick.
Yes, I did.
And your family, and we're hoping and praying that we know you're better. He don't look any better.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding you, man. Hey, we like to have a lot of fun. We appreciate everybody that's joining in. We've got some new followers that may join in. We've got some other drivers that have been on or going to be coming on.
Right.
They may pop in here and say, hey, so if they know the drivers, a lot of times I like to pop in and give them a hard time, or something like that. So no, it's a good brotherhood, and I've really enjoyed Dean. I've really enjoyed the camaraderie of the racing and the dirt track racing, and we just call it the dirt report for us. So but we've got with us, and we're gonna have them introduce themselves, and we're just gonna talk dirt track, and then later after the interview is over, we'll get into some things, some notes, Dean's notes. Did you bring anything from the vault?
No, I didn't. I forgot.
Well, it's a rainy day. Didn't bring nothing from the vault. We'll get back to that next week. We're just glad to get Dean.
Well, I'm feeling it's from the vault.
Yeah. Well, it's probably not a good thing to bring anything out from the vault on a day like today.
No.
We don't want it to get ruined.
No.
That memorabilia that you have. So Dean's Vault will return next week. We'll also follow the show up with a sports show. We're going to cover, some of the college game. The championship game is coming up. We've got the NFL playoffs are going on, and we'll talk about all that. So anyway, I've been rearranging the studio a little bit, so things may look a little bit different behind me. And then we got we're figuring out our camera placements and all that. So let's talk dirt racing, dirt track racing, and we have with us. Introduce yourselves.
Keith Fishman
and Andy Picklesheimer.
Keith and Andy. We're gonna have to move Dean back a little bit or forward. Let's move over. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
we got him hidden. Now we got him in there. We got one of you on two cameras.
Yeah.
Tell us where you're from.
Dunlap, Tennessee.
Dunlap, Tennessee. That's a great place. I've been up there many times.
I have too.
And so what classification and what tracks do you race at? Tell us that.
Well, we race mostly around the region. We don't have a home track, or I don't, but Keith has got into racing the last 2.5 years, and he's made a home track of Mountain View and I-75. But I traveled most of my career, never really had a home base. Cleveland Speedway would probably be my home track, but it's not with us no more. And then Boyd Speedway was my other home track that I was very blessed, and a lot of us was, that from my house in Ooltewah, Tennessee, I can go 15 minutes either direction. I have a racetrack in my backyard, but times are changing and we're dying tracks, and that's probably the only bad things happening in racing right now. So.
Yeah, and what we hope to do with this podcast is really encourage people to go back. I had a friend, I don't know if he's watching. He said he stopped me the other day. I think I told you this, Dean. He stopped me. You know him. I'm pretty sure you do at the plant. He stopped me and he said, "Hey, if you're out there, thank you, man." He said, "I want to tell you, I'm really enjoying the dirt track shows." He said, "I used to go." That's what you hear. I used to go all the time. I said, "We got to get back out there, man. We got to go. We got to get the families out there to support these tracks, or we're going to lose more than the boys in the Cleveland."
Right. Oh yeah.
So some of the drivers have been on. They race at that I-75, that Mountain View. And Mountain View, I think it's up for sale or something, if I remember.
I think they put out, if it's not sold by, was it April?
Yeah. So unfortunately, what we're into is land is worth so much more than the what they can make it racing, and they can't hold that against nobody. No. I mean, if we was in their shoes, we would be in the same situation. But
yeah,
we still need help in the stands, and we still need younger new blood. But we can't accumulate that and get that if we don't have a place to go to. But that's where our tracks are going. It's just land's worth a lot more than what they can ever profitable from a racetrack. So I think we're might lose one, hopefully not. But there's still plenty more. But it's not as easy to get to as what it used to be, because it used to be one on every corner street.
Mm-hmm.
But now there's not. But there's still hope or a place where we got to get new blood into. And unless we get out and advertise that and encourage people to come, they're not going to ever want to do this by just watching it on TV or reading it on the internet or whatever. It's something they have to witness and oh man, I want to get into this or whatever.
Yeah, it's not the same experience.
No, it's not the same.
When you're at the track and you get covered in dust, even before because like I said, I just started racing mid-season of 23. And that was my wife's doing. She hated drag racing. She said it was too boring. And we were at Spring City just watching the races. And she goes, "Let's get into dirt track racing." And I was like, I know nothing from nothing when it comes to this, because I grew up drag racing, mud bogs, and then it's known as Alltech now, Speedway. But back then it was Ellisville in Florida. It was an asphalt track. And so I would help my dad's best friend.
Yeah.
But, asphalt setup, dirt track is night and day difference. And so here we are and learning. He kind of took us under his wing like a mama bird. And been teaching us the ways, because like he said, he gave me the same speech 2.5 years ago of we need new blood out there to help keep this along. And started off as just guy I met as I need carburetor work done, and Andy's the best around, and next thing I know, here we are, and we got a little, I guess you could say, a team together. We run a couple different classes. And
I teamed up with Keith there because these guys are new blood. Like I said, I keep on saying that, but they didn't know nothing. There's green as grass. And I would want somebody, if I didn't come from a family what was into this sport, and couldn't even tell you how we got into this sport. It's been in there since day one. I would want somebody to help me the same as I would help Keith. And they didn't look for nothing, but just help. And I would want somebody to do that for me, the same as I've done for him. And what he's done for me is very grateful. And I've got people too that helped me my whole career that I'll just be totally thankful. If I quit today, I couldn't ever say a bad word about them guys. And that's Keith and them. They come to me for asking for advice and for a service, and then it ended up being, "Hey, do you want to drive?" And I was like, "Sure, I don't really want to race no more, but that's fine." But some people wants you to drive, and there's a reason for it. Well, there's no reason for this other than just wanting to have a friendship or meet new people. And I felt like that's the best thing's happened to me in a long time in racing, is meeting Keith and because it's doing nothing but better than both of us in racing. So
that's awesome. Well said. Thank you for all of that.
Yeah.
And before we're going to get to kind of some background here and a little bit about the tracks and racing, but I think that one of the things that we've been talking about is the NASCAR is so expensive. I mean, if you like NASCAR, you can take a family of 4 or 5 or 6 out to a dirt track, and you could get them in for what it's going to cost you for one ticket at most of these NASCAR tracks. And, there's, big and a lot of people there for most part, thousands upon thousands. This is more family. I mean, you're able to, they can walk up and shake your hand. They can get your autograph. One of the guys said, I think he said at Mountain View, he loves it. I think that was Scott Smith said he loves Mountain View because you can walk right up. Everybody can walk down into the victory lane and all that. So it's just a great venue, and we can't lose that. We just can't lose it.
No, some of these tracks have been doing, I know 75, Mountain View was doing it for a little bit last season too. They were doing like the family pack. It was $40. It was 4 tickets to get in, 4 drinks, and like 4 hot dogs or whatever.
Yeah,
it was just to get people in. Yeah. I mean, where else are you going to go for $10 a person and get a show and food?
Well, if you're taking your family even out to a fast food restaurant, you're spending over $20. And why would you not try to take your kids to let them eat and then watch a race?
Right.
I mean, nobody's holding nobody's arm or holding them down. They can leave anytime they want to.
Right. Right.
I would rather spend money that way and get something else and then just $20 hamburger somewhere or $20 meal, and you don't have nothing to show for it.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, we had a comment, and thanks for the comment. So, man, I'm digging all these dirt track drivers. A lot of testosterone in the studio there.
Oh, yeah.
Well, my wife actually races too, and she's the trophy girl at I-75.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Well, you got to come back now. We got to have her too,
Yeah.
She's
supposed to come tonight.
I got you. Yeah. Well, we're
sick, so
we're making connections, and we're networking, getting to know each other, and hopefully you'll have a good experience and say, hey, I want to go back to those guys. We're going to continue to stay in this and let it grow. So what do you drive? Tell us about your race car, kind of how you got it, because you got, like you said, you got to have people or racetracks to race that.
Right.
Well, you gotta have a car to race. So tell me about getting your cars.
We're kind of cheapskates, I guess. We wheel and deal. I know sat around like the crate cars and Masters built, and I waited 8-9 months of searching till I found a really good deal on one. We've got another car, Barry Wright, that is one of those that the deal just kind of popped up on us and racing it, and then I traded an old semi for my wife's car because Buddy wanted a semi and he was done in the racing scene, so that's how she got her GRT. So
is that a late model or is it?
Yeah, they're all 3 late models.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have just a certain class. That we run mostly supers and some limited stuff, or topless outlaw, what you call it now, and some crate stuff, but we're mostly focusing on this year is like the limited late model division or the topless outlaw division. That would be your top class around here. And then we're going to eventually our crate deal is pretty good right now. We're running really good on speed, and the car's really consistent and got it where I want it. So we're kind of probably just going to let Keith drive it and learn, or let it sit on idle for, the $5,000 to $10,000 races and stuff, because it's just so expensive to race that you can't just go every weekend and race it for nothing. That's not the track's fault for things to be expensive neither, but we got to kind of pick and choose where we want to spend our money or what we want to do, because you can't, if you go, you really don't come out good on the finance side of it.
Right.
But we're going to have a good season, and we're going to hit all the classes. We've got one of every kind of class car for a class, and we built last year. I've been building for a long time, my racing, but last year we kind of built it about what we needed or what Keith needed to get us, and spares and trailers and setups and stuff like that, because you can't just go, and all that stuff matters too. And I think this year we're kind of squared up where we need to be, where we don't have to worry about nothing like that. So
awesome. That was Biscuit Boy, by the way. I didn't recognize the name. Sorry. Come out a little different, brother. He said he made about 20 connections a day on Facebook with dirt track drivers. By the way, this is Biscuit Boy. I don't know how it shows on your end. Well, it shows up good. I just didn't know who you was, you know. It had I thought somebody from India, man, to be honest. You know, racing's around the world. I've been talking to people all over the world about racing. Racing is universal. But, you know, yeah, it's expensive. Tires are expensive. Fuel's expensive, you know, having to replace a part, stuff like that. Do you have sponsors or any sponsors that you have that are helping with this?
Yeah. We've got our little local business for the main part out of Dunlap.
Yeah, give them a shout out, man. Hey, that's fine. Give them a shout out.
We've got my friend who owns Blackwell Construction, or Blackwell Excavations Services, Booton Funeral Homes, Arrow Construction, my wife's business, Free Spirit Hair, is another sponsor. We got Rick with Hyma.
Yeah, Rick Home Rose Painting, and he's out of Chattanooga, and he's been with me for 14 plus years now racing.
Wow.
And if it wasn't for that guy right there, a lot of people, I got a lot to thank, but that guy right there took me in where I could travel and win bigger and better racing, where I wasn't going to ever be able to do that on my own, or my family couldn't, you know. But Rick, he's more than a sponsor. He's my partner in racing, and now he's our sponsor. We're kind of putting all of our eggs in one basket, and because it just makes more sense doing that. But like he's not necessarily a sponsor. He's a partner and a owner in this deal too. But he's my biggest sponsor. I mean, there ain't nobody else other than Performance Race Engines. They do all our engines, and but that's more like family too. So
yeah, it's pretty much like all of our sponsors they're close family friends type of thing.
And racing, I hear that word sponsor, and they give people, but it ain't really the money that people gives you. These people are doing it just to help you. So I don't really call them sponsors.
Yeah,
they're part of this team just as much as if they owned it, or if they wrote a $1 check or a $10,000 check. They're just as part as it's just more than a sponsor. Sponsors just, I don't like that word because they just think that you're doing it just for one reason, but they have no reason to help me but just to want to help me. So.
That's awesome. I love the way you put that.
I do too.
It's a partnership in it, and it flows both ways, and that's great. It's family. I mean, like you said, that's what I love. Small town America, got people helping each other, you know, and get it done. If you'd like to be involved and help them out, you know, get in touch with them. You know, we'll put out contact info when we behind this interview, and you know, put your name out there, give them some help. I mean, I know some of the drivers, they say, help us get in the gate. That entry fee, help us maybe buy some fuel or maybe a tire or something. You know, I don't know, you know, because you're always going to need stuff, right?
Yeah, we do, and that's where we try to save some money is with fuel. Like our crate car, we can run it off a pump E85 as long as it's testing good. I know a lot of people are against it. We've had good luck with it. So
yeah,
just kind of hit or miss. You got to, if it's good, you better get it. So
sorry.
What kind of gas do y'all use?
E85.
85. Okay.
Yep.
So. Oh boy, how much is that a gallon right now?
Floats around $2 a gallon if you get it out of a pump like a Speedway or something.
Yeah.
Was about $400 a drum if you buy it.
Yeah, our late model fuels anywhere from $450 to $650 a drum. Yep. And but that goes back to us saying that we're choosing what we're doing. Like, it don't make sense going to a race what don't pay nothing, or what I've already won, or it just no reason to go other than to go. That it don't make sense doing that no more today. So now we choose. Like, I don't want to race unless we can come out of there at least what we spend to go that day. If we can't make enough money to cover us to come back next week, then I'll just rather stay home or go to steakhouse and eat steak.
Right.
I hear you.
So they, it just varies on everything in racing, but everything's expensive in the world, just not racing.
Right.
And the late model stuff, that's a very expensive class to get into, but there's other classes to get into what's very more economical. Unfortunately, there's nothing cheap no more.
Right.
And even your lower classes, if you want to win, you got to spend money.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody's going to spend money to win. And I feel like a lot of people think that's why our racings went downhill because of cost of stuff. That's not it. It went downhill because our younger generation they're not into it.
Right.
They're not into it, and I think that two ways. I think they're not into it because nobody's took them to get into it, or they go and they show up and they don't realize, like Keith, he didn't know nothing about this racing. He could simply went one more year racing and had bad luck because he didn't know what to do. Right. And he just get out one day and say, I'm trading it for a boat. Well, there's nobody out helping people get into racing.
Right.
And the money's scaring them, but it's more like there's no entry level.
Yeah, one thing we do that's kind of different is I will take the cars we have once a month in our hometown. There's a classic car show and parades and stuff like that. And I'll take the cars to the parades just to put them out there. And then we do a hot rod Halloween trunk or treat. And the kids love it.
Oh, man.
The little boys, I'm like, you want to climb in, they'll get the pit. And that I'm hoping it plants a seed later on in life for them. So,
and I'm sure it will, man. That is like just they light up.
Oh, yeah.
And so, somebody always had somebody introduce them to something and, become a mentor, a coach, or, just that spark, that little seed of excitement to do something like that is everything. And that's awesome to do that. And that's what I love about the sport is, we find out about the family. We find out about, the kids and opportunities for kids. We've got a racing ministry coming on it from across the country, and they're trying to, work with kids while they're at the racetrack, and give them, get them excited about stuff like that. What is your favorite track to race at? I mean, if you had to just pick one, taking all things into account, where's your favorite place, if you have one that you like to race? You say that's kind of like the home track. That's the one I just love to go to.
For me, it's 75. As Andy says, you could drive a pickup truck around that track, and it's just because I'm new and it's long straightaways, wide turns. Most of the time, I don't have a whole lot of damage done. And don't get me wrong, I love Mountain View. I spent my first half of the very first year, we would not go nowhere but Mountain View. It's just so small sometimes. I still love the track and the Hamptons that own it. They are awesome people, especially Miss Susan and stuff, but it's just there's not enough room. So if there is a wreck, I got to where it was not cost effective for me to keep going there, especially like you rip a bumper off, that's $200, and hopefully your nose piece is still decent to put back on. It's just nothing against them. It's just for me, it's easier to drive 75. Yeah, it's a lot more speed, but I prefer that track. He's got different choices.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the best tracks my favorite tracks are shut down, but they still was tracks that I went to. I've been to over 120 something tracks in my life.
Wow.
No, maybe not raced at every one of them. I raced a bunch of them multiple times, but I was very fortunate to travel with people. And, but my favorite track was Winchester Speedway in Winchester, Tennessee. And the other favorite track would be, it's a good close run, a tie, I guess. Boyd Speedway and Crossville Speedway is my two favorites.
Yeah.
And I can hear the racetrack from my backyard to Cleveland, and I guess you could say that was one of my favorite tracks too. But those other two, I just had more success at them.
Yeah. And some of them have had future stars of NASCAR have raced at them or came back and raced at these tracks.
Cleveland Speedway produced more top drivers in the country than any other track that I know of. Maybe some tracks in Ohio or something had some good names, but like Cleveland produced Dale McDowell, Ronnie Johnson, Skip Hart, Rex Ritchie. This list goes on and on and on. What went on to be superstars of our sport, and they we don't have that neither. I mean, we don't have. I'm not including myself. We don't have the talent But the show, the product's not what it used to be.
No, it ain't.
When I was young, I mean, I think Jody Ridley was getting out when I was a baby, but I watched Rex Ritchie and John Jones and Ronnie Johnson and Skip Harp and just Scott Lundquist, and the list goes on and on and on. And I watched them race every weekend. Well, now we don't have it, and I don't blame nobody. And myself, I don't have the talent them guys have.
No,
but I blame that they was good because they could race every weekend or every night somewhere, and they had people. They built their own cars. Things was a lot simpler then, and they had people coaching them better, and they was coaches. But now we don't. Now that they want to get on the internet and buy something or expect it to have cruise control, and it don't work that way. You know, I don't. Including myself, I win. Worst thing ever happened to me is win a race, because now I want to win 2 races, and then I want to win 5, and then I want to win 15, and it just makes me mad when you run second or third. But I catch myself now. Why don't you get out? And I've caught myself. I could get out. I could snap a finger, get out of this sport easy, but I don't. I love it, and the racing is way better today, like what we're watching on TV or the top level. But it's I catch myself. I like enjoying building things. I build my own stuff. I build my own cars. Basically, like I buy cars, but I modify them how I want them. I don't like relying on nobody to tell me that's how it needs to be. I'd rather learn myself, and then if I won, I learned this from one of my greatest heroes. But if I win, it's because I won the race, not because I bought a shock that won a race or this guy or a certain brand or a certain tire. That I worked for that, and I deserve to win that race. So
I got you.
I will say, right before we went and bought the Barry Wright, because we drove all the way up above Pittsburgh to go get it, he looks at me and goes, "Now I know you're buying the car, but I don't want to hear a word whenever I start chopping on this thing and making it my way." And we no sooner got it home, and there he was. I come over, he had bars cut out. I'm like,
for the good or the bad,
make it how you want. If you're comfortable, do it.
Well, the reason I'm that way is because I have confidence in myself what to do. But another reason I just don't like if you went and bought a $50,000 car and you're not going to race it and chop on it because you don't want to mess up a $50,000 car, you're in the wrong sport.
You're right. You're right.
Know, if I've had Rick's bought me one of the nicest cars I ever had. It was a Longhorn. Was a good brand this day, and it wasn't a month later I cut the motor out of it. So that's where we're at in racing. There's not a lot of kids don't realize that it's they think we can just go out here to Walmart and buy it, or it's a car you can buy, and you can't do that no more.
Yeah. Do you see a lot of crowds at the track? Like, how are the crowds? Back up just a little bit.
I think a lot of it depends on what's happening. When college football kicks off, it kind of conflicts with, you know what I'm saying? Or if they do special events, it's normally pretty crowded. And it just depends too. Like, you know, you get a lot of people now.
It depends where we're at.
Yeah.
I can go to a racetrack that I race at a lot. That when Boyd shut down, I started going there, and I wouldn't go there a lot, but it paid really good to win, and there wasn't nobody really show up. So it's like a good 4-1 you know. And but this place would be packed out, and it's in Fort Payne, Alabama. Well, there's nothing to do in Rainsville, Alabama. Nothing to do. And the stands would be a good stand.
Yeah.
And it's just because there's nothing to do on Saturday night. And there's another track in Alabama called North Alabama. Same way. Stands are packed out. But you can go right here at Boyd's, and it wasn't really hard. It's hard to get a good local fan base because there's so much to do in Chattanooga.
Right.
And so it depends where you're at. The racetracks, honestly, our racing's not hurting. It's not in a good state, but it's not hurting on that in certain areas. But our car count's hurting. Crowd is just averaging out. Like, yes, it's hard to get people in the stands, but I think it's more where you're at. Right. What makes it like
like North Georgia. Every time we go down there to race, there's
North Georgia.
Packed.
Yeah, North Georgia don't have a good stands, but you don't realize them they got a fence parking at North Georgia, and it's $20 a car. Don't hold it to me on pricing, but they come in, they're sitting in tailgates against the fence. Well, there's a lot of people on them back in the trucks and tailgates. They might not be a lot of people sitting in the stands, but there are a lot of people around the racetrack. It's not as good as it used to be, but nothing is in the world.
Right.
That's true.
So I don't say we're in a good place in racing, but we're not dead. I mean, it's not dead. It's just and a lot of too, as I've realized and came to the conclusion that a lot of people that was in the stands 10, 15 years ago are now racers. That they come and they sit and they watch the races. Well, no, they didn't sit long. They went and bought them a hobby car. They got so you lose some of them. They become racers now. Now there's nobody to take their place to watch the races.
That's a great point. I never thought about that, but yeah. So, I want to say, Daryl, hello to you. Thank you for dropping in. Don't know if you ever went to dirt tracks, my friend, but we got to get people back out to these tracks. NC Native is a friend of the show. He always has a quib. He says if CarMax goes under, the teams may get a lot more cars to choose from in the near future. So be some more selections there. So some of the tracks, like for me right now, I'm having to work some Saturdays. But one of the tracks up that way does a Friday, and I want to go up and do the Friday racing. I don't remember which one it is.
75.
It is 75.
They do
back and forth.
They'll kind of look at each other's schedules around, and a lot of times they do a lot of Friday racing because Mountain View and a bunch of other places would do Saturday racing. So instead of trying to compete when you're 20 minutes apart,
some racetracks too cannot be a Friday night racetrack.
Yeah,
because be like Boyd Speedway, it was always a Friday night racetrack, and they went to Saturday. I don't know if that really helped them or hurt them, but when that high school football starts, it's hard to get them grandpas and them people in the stands to watch them friends and stuff, and that Friday night really hurts dirt track racing, in my opinion. But there's some places can do it, and some places that don't. And I like I like to race Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but we used to be able to do that. One season I raced 60 something times right here in my backyard. I would go across on Friday night, and Boyd's, Cleveland, Winchester on Saturday night, and then once a month or maybe every other month they would have a big race at Rome, Georgia on Sunday. And you used to be able to race every night, but now it's just the tracks are going down and the scheduling is changing so much that their schedule is not near as long as they used to be.
Plus, they got the curfews too. That hurts the tracks.
Curfews has come into effect. Boyd's had a curfew, and they always had some kind of curfew. But man, them racetracks been there since the 50s or whatever, and I don't think that stuff's not shutting these tracks down. The internet's not shutting the tracks down. The people not showing up's not shutting it down. The racers are not shutting it down. It's just land is worth more than what you can ever imagine.
Yeah.
So, and that's what's shutting it down. And you can't really blame them. It'd be nice if some of these people would take the money they get and invest it back in and build new tracks. But then the states are getting involved in, and states are not letting nobody build new tracks. I mean, it's getting harder and harder.
Really?
So, yeah.
Is it environmental? Is it the noise? What is that?
Well, yeah, environmental, and I guess permits and safety and stuff. I mean, I just know that if tracks don't race and they're grandfathered in on their fences and stuff like that, if they don't keep racing and they have to get that up to code, you're talking about a lot of money. And I think that's a lot of it. I mean, I don't know. I've never looked into it, but in my lifetime, I've only remembered one, maybe two racetracks ever being built in the South, that in my area.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and maybe one of them racetracks, they might have been a track there before, and it just opened back up.
Right.
So
kind of like Golden Mountain just did.
Yeah. Golden Mountain. I went to races there back when it not first opened, but through early 2000s, and then it shut down for a long time and opened back up. There's still a lot of tracks out there.
Where's that one at? I've not heard of that
Sparta.
one. Florida? Okay.
Sparta, Tennessee.
Oh, Sparta. I'm sorry.
Yep.
I've been up to Sparta a lot. I didn't know that. I used to go way back in the day, working with cars and stuff, and kind of the used cars business and stuff. I used to go up there a lot. But Daryl said he sure did. He said good friends with Sonny Callahan and Steve Anderson. 70s and 80s. So going back away, we're older, so we're probably about the same age.
Right.
NC Native, you're crazy. Do most tracks use local dirt, or do they import it from somewhere? That's a good question. Never thought about it. I guess they just dig right where they're at, but maybe they have to import some. I don't know. But
there's a few different kind of dirt. I mean, there's some dirt that they haul in at Sonoa, Georgia. It's a different kind of gumbo, like gray dirt, clay, and it gets slick, like pond mud slick. And then you have your red clay, and then you have all like trashy church dirt or whatever.
Sandy, rocky.
Sand, yeah. That's another thing. Dirt tracks, they have to spend a lot of money to keep going.
Right.
I mean, every time you go out there and you race, and let's say each car gets, if you have 60 cars in the pit, 60 to 80 cars, and each car takes home 10 pounds of mud every weekend. Well, you don't have dirt on your track, so you got to buy, dirt every year or find dirt and blah blah blah, and that costs a lot of money. So
I would think about that. How much dirt goes home?
I never have either. This is fantastic. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right. It's just going to dwindle as they take that out of there. So you'd have to haul some more dirt. I just never thought about that.
What kind of tires do y'all use?
We're Hoosiers.
Yeah, we're Hoosiers, but there's a few brands or two brands in dirt lake models, and that's American Racer and Hoosier, and they that's a war. I mean, against the brands, and one's cheaper than the other one, and one's better than the other one, but really that's just not a subject in dirt racing. We don't need that right now in racing. What we need is we need to let these people come in and say, boy, I want to own one of those, and don't scare them about what that tire costs, and don't scare them about what that motor costs or what that frame costs, because you start telling them that, they're like, there ain't no way I can afford this, and they go and do something else,
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
You're all right, brother. Hey, it's that time of year, man. We're all having trouble. Tell me somebody that, I don't know for you because he's sitting here, but maybe tell me somebody that was influential in even getting you that planted that seed when we were young about racing, whether it was, whatever kind of race it was. Who kind of planted that seed for both of you, whatever style of race it was that took you to a track or got you involved with the mechanics of it or building stuff? Who was that person that kind of planted that for you?
My dad.
Your dad?
Like I said, we grew up, his brothers and everything, everybody did drag racing, mud track, like mud bogs, like, your mud truck drag racing, or circle asphalt racing, because where we were from, because I'm originally from Florida, North Florida there.
Okay.
There was no dirt tracks back then. It was asphalt around there. And that's just, like I said, and then I had some buddies when I left for the Army. They were out of South Florida, and they were big dirt track racers. That's why I would go watch. And then whenever I would come over here, because I had family that always lived here and stuff, we'd always come to a local show and watch, or if we weren't drag racing, so.
Yeah.
Lord, my dad, because he took me, but I do this for a living. I work at Stealth Racing Carburetors, and we do carburetors for everybody in the country. Not every one of them, but quite a bit. And I've been lucky enough to run with a bunch of good people. But I guess my dad's always had people drive for him, and then his best friend, Chuck Smith, and they had cars together and had some top. Ronnie Johnson drove for him one time, and just a lot of names, big names. And I think that the person that helped me the most is I don't like to single out one of them.
Yeah,
there's so many of them, but Ronnie Johnson taught me about everything I know about racing, not driving. Not one person's taught me to drive, because I don't do that very well, but they've taught me about how to prepare myself to get to the races. It's not just going out there and going circles. There's a lot more to it. You're never ready. You're never ready. You got to work on this stuff every night, every day. And I say he's probably the biggest teacher. But setups and mechanical side of it, I guess it would be just self-taught with learning from everybody I've been with.
That's awesome.
So
hello, Dusty. Dusty's going to be on the show here in about 3 weeks. I appreciate you, buddy, stopping in, new friend of the program, and we're going to highlight his story as well. Tell us where you're from, Dusty. I don't remember exactly where you're located. We'll give a shout out to that. And Daryl wants to know if we would ask you if you know the late Donnie Holbrook.
Donnie Holbrook. That sounds familiar, the Holbrook name, but I don't.
It does sound familiar, but I don't think I knew him.
If I remembered everybody I'm supposed to know, then I'd be a phone book. But it's just hard to put a face with a name. I mean, most of the time. So.
What is the? He's in Lancaster, Ohio.
Okay. Lancaster's got a dirt track there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. we're gonna talk about that. I guess that's a picture of his ride there. But thank you for being willing to come on. And again, from wherever you're at in the country, we just want to highlight the sport, and it doesn't, or even it could be wherever. It doesn't matter where it's at. We want to highlight it. This is our home base here in the Southeast, but there's a lot of good racing. I was watching people talk about the Chili Bowl.
The Chili Bowl.
Listen, people talk about that. That's been going on. Have you ever? We like to ask. Have you ever been disqualified? Like they said, your car's not legal.
My very first race I won, I got disqualified.
Oh,
it was not the track's fault.
And shouldn't be rules in the class that he's ran too. It was a beginner class for him to learn.
Yeah.
And so they really shouldn't be rules. It should be letting them guys just get laps and learn how to race around each other. But so
I basically what happened was I was racing at Mountain View all the time, and they allowed a 2-inch spacer. I go to 75 at the end of the year, towards the end of the year, to go try that track for the first time. And I go out there and I win. And then I come back in, go across scales, check everything, and they hit me with the DQ. And I'm like, for what? And he's like, your spacer. You have a 2-inch spacer. And at the time, they were only allowing a 1-inch spacer, but they were going through a staff change there.
Yeah.
And I guess they didn't have realized that whoever the previous staff members were had deleted their website, basically. So they had no rule book online. And I didn't ask when I got there because I was still, a green hand with it.
Yeah.
And still am. And so, I ain't going to lie. I was mad, son. I was like, I'm never coming back here again. It took my first win, and it took a little bit, and I started going back, but we've had some run-ins of that. We just had it.
I've been disqualified a lot, but
that's not funny, but it's just the way you said that. I've been disqualified a lot.
I'd be lying if I didn't say I didn't cheat on things, but I like to make my own stuff and try my own deal, and I'd push the areas and classes. I mean, you have classes, like a crate class that tells you, no, you can't do this, and we're all equal. That just makes somebody want to go out and not be that guy. And I've done it, and I've been disqualified, and I've been caught, and sometimes I haven't been caught. But I think that there's one driver, I won't say his name, he got caught prepping tires one time, and 2 other people got caught the same night in a different class. The 2 drivers whine like little girls and talk about going to sue everybody and knowing they're wrong. And this one driver, I liked them, we were friends, but I didn't really care nothing because he won a lot. But he said, speak for yourself. I'll take my penalty. I didn't deny it. And ever since that day, I respect him.
Yeah.
More. I mean, just I don't hold it against him trying to cheat and beat us and win the race, but I do disrespect them other 2 for trying to deny when they got caught. It's like take your punishment with them chin and go, So I've done it, but there's been races I haven't. I won fair and square, but I would be lying if I said I didn't push the gray area on a bunch of stuff. Our first race we ever won, or we ever went to together, we went to Talladega for a warm-up race, and I've been thrown out. I bet I've been thrown out there 10 times.
We got thrown out this year.
Yeah, I got 5 pounds thrown out this year. I don't know how I don't. It's just hard for me to get weight my size, I guess. And that one track, and there's nothing wrong with their scales. Their scales are actually from Boyd Speedway now.
Oh wow!
But, there's nothing wrong with their scales. It's just me being stubborn about lighters faster and unsprung weight and all this. And sure enough, we go down there and we
wax the field.
We got thrown out qualifying for being light, and we didn't have no lead with us, and I was already mad. And I said, that's what we get for just me showing up and driving. And we go out there, and we started dead last. I think that's about 22 cars or something like that. So mid-December race, nothing else going on in the country. And I drove up there. Next thing I know, I'm passing for second, third and second. And I look up at the board, and we're like coming to the white flag, green, white. And I slam on the brakes, like and two people run into me, and because I didn't want to go across the scales, because if I knew I was going to be light again. And luckily, they didn't. The people upstairs didn't realize who was second, third, and fourth, and they didn't nobody go across the scales, I think, or they only asked for two or something. So we got paid for third or fourth, but we actually finished sixth, But and then this year we went down there to run 3 classes, and I drove his brother's car, and I didn't think nothing about going across the scale, see how much weight, but I was 5 pounds light, and that one right there was probably that was hard to swallow, 5 pounds, because I could simply cut the engine off for a while, not let it warm up and burn gas, or I could put a piece of lead on or whatever.
And I take responsibility for that one too, because we were talking about the weight, and my brother's probably 60, 70 pounds more than him. And we knew he was 23 something, right? But in my head, I was looking at the 604 rule books with a 602 motor in it. So I just saw the 2200 and I was like, oh, we're good. He's at least 23. We're good. Not thinking that the 602s are 2350 when you're running a pure 602 class. And so he would come across at 2345. He comes back after qualifying. Man,
I can understand. Dusty, they're located in Dunlap, Tennessee. So Tennessee boys. Daryl wants to know, did you know Dale McDowell from Rossville?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Dale's a hero and a icon of the sport, and he's from right here, Rossville, Georgia, I guess you can say. And now he lives in Ooltewah, Tennessee, in a neighborhood real close to my house. But Dale, luckily, we still have people like Dale McDowell Racing, and because those guys has done so much for our area.
Yeah, they have.
I mean, and they haven't forgot. Him and his brother both, Shane, they have not forgot where they came from. I mean, they still say they're from right here, and they still talk about them coming from Cleveland, and what they won is very, very, very high.
I won't even lie. Like, if they're putting on a big super race locally and they got Dale McDowell, I'm like, I'm not even racing. I'm just going to go watch.
That's awesome.
One of my favorites to watch.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing, because a lot of people used to not even go watch local racing. They would wait and go to the Southern All-Star races at Cleveland, the Gobblers, the stuff like that, and wait because they brought in the better drivers. I feel like that we're big race to death today, because now it's a big race everywhere you turn around. Right. So it takes the prestige off them other ones. Now, if you ask them caliber drivers who's doing it for a living, boy, they want to race for $10,000 every night. But in my opinion, when I'm watching that on Flow and all these races, they're winning $10,000 races and $50,000. What does it mean to them when they won the dirt track?
Right.
I mean, I know Ronnie Johnson personally, he's won 10 dirt track world championships, and that has to be like something meant to them. Well, now these guys win the $50,000 races once a week.
Wow.
And so what's that? That it takes the prestige off of the crown jewel races.
Yeah, it does.
In my opinion, as a fan, I think we're a big race to death. I think that we would enjoy it more, and the sport would enjoy it or be more highlight. Like Dale won a $100,000 race at Bulls Gap a few years ago, and unless I tell people that, they don't remember it.
Right.
Because it's nothing more. It's no different, because there's something every weekend like that, But if that was back in mid 2000s or the 90s, well, shoot, we would talk about it to this day. Oh man, he won a $100,000 race. But now I think they took the hype out of it by just going on the big races.
There's too many crown jewel races.
Yeah, they are. Yes, they are.
But I'm kind of old school for not my age, but I still look at there's probably only 7 crown jewel races in my opinion. And in the South, we only had 2.
Mm-hmm.
We had the Ice Bowl, what's not a crown jewel, but it's prestige.
Right.
You had the Dixie Shootout, and you had the Gobbler at Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got a series that comes to these tracks, and they pay good money. What does it mean to really win it?
Right.
I mean, they used to be people that go every year just to the Gobbler at Cleveland Speedway, and they didn't care about what it paid. Them fans don't make no money.
Right.
But they went because it was a prestige of the 43rd and like what was the Ice Bowl this weekend?
35th.
35th. I mean that would say I don't care what it pays. If I won something what's been going on 35 years, you won something.
That was the whole reason we go every year. It's just
right.
It's the Ice Bowl, and
a
lot of people do that. I mean, it's just because of what that race
has,
the meaning behind it.
I don't like talking about races I won because it's like you dwell on the past. Like I want to talk about what I'm going to win, or I wish I could win. But I won a $10,000 race at Milton, Florida. And it was called the Southern 100. And boy, I've had people, some of my heroes, call me the next day congratulating me. But when I looked at the T-shirt the next year, my name was on this T-shirt about who won it. I was on there with Mike Bolin and Freddie Smith and all these different names that won the Southern 100 race. Well, I didn't realize the Southern 100 was a prestige race because I'm not from Milton, Florida.
Right.
But that meant more later on. The money was spent before we even got there. But later on, I remember, boy, I could say that me and Mike won this thing, or and I won the same race as them guys have, or whatever. And I think that means more to me as a driver than what it would be, what it pays.
That's great. Let me get the chats. I got a follow-up question on that a little bit. NC Native says, "What's the best stock engine found in common car brand model produced within the last 15 years or so that is best suited for being converted to a race engine?" It's a good question.
They've got Chevrolet's got the crate class is a CT 604 is the part number, but it's a 350 aluminum heads, and they're sealed up with no tampered tags, and they make around after you can blueprint them and do to specs what they tell you, but they make around 440 to 450 horsepower. And there's a CT 525, what's a LS base model, what's cool packed, and they're tamper seals in them or whatever you want to call them. There's nothing untampered in this world, but those are really good engines to get in any kind of motorsports because they don't turn to RPM, and anything can blow up, but they'll go 100,000 miles. It seems like they're just really good, reliable engines. But they're not, you could tell a difference. You're not going to tell it on stopwatch because they go through the corners, not spinning like a super motor will, but you could still tell a difference when a supercar gets out there and how they race and what they sound like. But I guess economical motors would be your Chevrolet-based crate engines, and that's the 602s. 602s are a little bit cheaper. Unfortunately, these motors are getting higher and higher.
Right.
And there's not what they was 12, 15 years ago when they got introduced. They was real cheap, but everything else was too.
True.
So
they were meant back then as the throwaway motor, basically.
Yeah, it was cheaper to throw the motor away than it would be to freshen it and just buy another one. Like you could sell it to a rat rod or a buddy and buy a new one. Now it's kind of the opposite. It's cheaper to freshen it than it is to buy a new one.
Wow.
So
Dusty says, "I have a friend that lives in Lancaster, not far from me, that I help work on dirt late model." Good. Dusty, I am from Northwest Georgia. I'm almost in Tennessee, but not quite. Extreme Northwest Georgia.
Rossville.
Yeah, Rossville. Daryl Broom, he agreed with what you were saying earlier about the races and how many they have. And, that was a good – and NC's joking. He said, "Why don't you just use a turbo four-cylinder like all the major manufacturers are doing these days?" Yeah. Is there regulation of the sport? That was my question. Is there any kind of regulation, a regulating body, or is it just every man for himself when we talk about tracks and what they do, or how does that work?
You got like regulation on like a national rule book or national level. I mean, where you? But yeah, we got. I guess it's World Racing Group is what we base all of our rules off of, bodies and rule packages, but no, they're every one of them's different. Like you got some series allow you to run 4 tires and 4 different brands or 4 different compounds, and some allow you to run 2, and that it varies where you're at. Up north, the tires, what races down here don't race up there because they would wear out faster or they wouldn't ever come in. But no, we go off of what I guess you can call World Racing Group, what's Dirt Car, and World Outlaws or whatever, and then it branches off and it changes where you're at. But the our area, we're getting into a series or a what's Topless Outlaw, and it's steel block 23-degree aluminum heads, and that's just something that we're getting into our area, and our car count's showing that. Like we're a race, one of those races will have 35 to 40 cars. When you have a super late model race, what pays more money, well, I only have 20-something cars because the motors are more expensive, and that's not what they run weekly. So the weekly stuff around here is based off of a Topless Outlaw spec engine, like a limited late model engine.
Yeah, and Scott Pass, he's the one who runs the Topless Outlaws. He's trying to keep up with the times with making LS engines available to use, because before, unless you had a CT 525, you ran supers and was basically it with it. Right now, he's saying you can get a 4.3 or a 4.8 or 5.3 or 6.0, and you can build a motor with that now instead of the old Chevys.
What's the engines is not really the problem about where you're on the rules, because you got to have an engine no matter what. If you got to buy an engine, you got to spend money to get an engine. But 4 years ago, I guess, I'm COVID time prior. I'm assuming 4 years, right? I could go to races and come home and wash 6 tires, 7 tires. Now I go to races and I come home and I wash 9 tires, 10 tires. And we've got away from that on our rule package and on national level. Like now everybody thinks it's good to have all these choices and more tires the better. No, that's not good, because now I have to have 10 wheels to go to racetrack. I have to have all these different compounds and all these different kind of grooves and stuff like that. So the national dirt car deal, they got a rule package that they go by, what's open, basically open pocketbook. But when it travels down to our level, it really hurts our sport, because it's like 10 years ago, we used to have 2 tires on the rear was hard, and you had to run the same 2 tires all night. Well, you're talking about saving money.
Yeah.
I mean, it really, now I don't see, like I keep on talking about, when they get new people in racing, well, who in the world would want to come and watch and see all these tires they have to buy? And I mean, that's just not good for our area or our kind of racing.
So in saying that, and taking in some of the things we said, or maybe we didn't say, what would be the one thing you would change about dirt track racing? Is there something that you say, if we could just do this thing, it would really help us as race car drivers and the sport overall?
Well, the racing's great. Like I think the racing's great now because I can turn TV on and watch racing every night somewhere. I'm not, as a fan, I'm thinking this is good racing. Our area, maybe not as much. It don't have the races like what you're going to see at Chili Bowl or what out west. I mean, side by side or slide jobs, but you can here, but we don't see it as much because I don't think we got the caliber drivers.
Right.
No, it's what we see on TV.
Right.
Or Flow or whatever. And but if I could change one thing, I wouldn't know if I change anything, because you could change it, but what if it made it worse?
Yeah,
true.
I mean, it's a dying sport, unfortunately.
Yeah,
but it's not dead.
Right.
And I think we're just turning our cheek to it. We're, instead of trying to put a Band-Aid on it or admit that it's good, we're kind of just looking the other way.
Right. Right.
But if I had to change something, I think I would have more tire rules and actually more up north they have IMCA.
Yeah, what now?
IMCA, a series. It's a sanctioning body. All right. They have to have a stamp on every kind of part. And they tell you every little, even to, I'm just exaggerating, let's just say to lug nuts. something simple. You have to buy IMCA part. Well, that money, that every cent that you buy goes back into their national points deal, and you have to be a member to it. I think that we need some kind of organization in the South to have one rules, one parts, one tires, one everything, and then take the money they're making off that and put back into racing.
There you go.
But we don't. We have, and I ain't afraid to say, we have people just sling the gates open on Saturday mornings and ask us for $25, and they don't have tech. They don't have.
Yeah.
They don't have the personnel. They don't want to spend no money to have tech guys or whatever, because they have figured out that, all right, they can have 20 cars there that weekend, and there's only 500 people in the stands, say for numbers. If they have tech and they have rules, they're still going to have 20 cars there and 500 people in the stands. So why even bother?
Right.
But longevity, you got to think about what happens when them guys quit getting tired of losing because they're going by the rules and the ones ain't, or they don't, they get out of racing. So now you're 15 cars, and now your standings going to go down. So I think that we should have more, I guess, teching, general teching.
Mine's simple. I just want to bring back Victory Lap.
Victory Lap.
I thought it was the coolest thing in the world when I was a kid. They
see
stop and grab the flag.
I hear people say that, man, like you said, that somebody said they walk down the victory lane after the races.
Right.
Or they used to ride. I can see that, but I don't think that's the reason.
No.
I think it's more that nobody can get into this because they don't know how to get into it.
Right.
So
yeah. Dusty, Rossville, Georgia, is the base for the studio. That's where I'm at. And hello, Horsepower Coffee. We appreciate you dropping by. I think we friended each other today. Thank you so much for being here. We're talking with, tell your names again, as I'll butcher them.
Keith Dishman.
And Andy Picklesummer.
Okay, and they're from Dunlap, Tennessee. And we're talking this great sport, dirt track.
Right.
I like you've said this a couple times, and it hurts to hear, but is there hope? Because you said it's a dying sport, but it's not dead. That's a stark comment. So in saying that, do you see hope that in the Southeast here that that we can move forward, or we're just on a death watch? I mean, that's sad to say, but
I think that if somebody or us racers and us fans don't realize there's a problem, then it's too late.
Right.
I'm not saying it's dead. If it was dead, I wouldn't be here today.
Yeah.
I'd be doing something different. But it's dying. It's need of help. The racing is not. The product's not as good as it used to be,
right?
Or as good in areas. I'm sure you can go, and if we had this interview and I was from Fairbury or Illinois area where they have racetracks 10 minutes from each other, they'll be talking about how great racing is.
Right.
But our area is in dying of a good product, and we haven't produced a good product. But I think that's not because of the driver's fault. It's because we don't have racetracks to get better or put a better show on.
Well, it's just like, I think, for example, drag racing, when I used to be big into that, it was dying off. Anybody knows there for the longest, drag racing tracks were closing.
Right.
I feel like it's coming back.
I
think it's coming back, and I haven't been to a drag race except with my wife 1 or 2 times, and I'm fortunate enough I work at a place in Ringo, Georgia now, and I've always worked there off and on. I took a little break, but I'll come back this year. But Cotton Perry is a legend, and he told me so much about how things was back in the 70s and 80s. And he actually told me one time that Brainerd would not have a big race because if they would brought a big race on, the fans wouldn't even come watch the local races.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't want to come and support the local. They would wait till the whatever would come in there and race for the bigger money or whatever. Yeah. So they wouldn't host a big race because they didn't want to sacrifice their 20-something schedule they can make money on.
Well, and I think too is what helped drag racing. And I know it's cliche, I guess, but what I noticed a big turnaround in it was when that series Street Outlaws came on.
Right.
It shook it up. It brought
side note of that too is they go out there and buy a car, and it's not like it used to be where they had to build their own engines and everything was handcrafted. Now it's turboed or tuned with a computer or whatever. Well, now anybody can kind of buy this offline or not do it. I think there's more people getting back into it because it's more simpler to get into.
Yeah, it just shook up the sport, I think, and people. I mean, I know, like out in Richmond, Virginia, when I was living out there, when that came out, that was the thing to do. Is the local Richmond Raceway had the top 10 street list, and it's just. I think something's eventually going to shake the tree, and it's going to stir the pot, and it's going to bring the excitement of the crowd back. You know what I mean? Like,
I feel like another thing. Me and Ronnie talked about this the other night, and I said, Ronnie, these tracks, if Mountain View shuts down, we lose another one. Well, that's fine. There's nothing we can do about it. But what it is going to do is now your car count and your excitement is just went up bigger at I-75 because them guys is going to have a place to race. They're not going to. They have been people just quit when they're local track. I've seen it with my own eyes. But now your car count's going to go higher at I-75. Your racing might be better. What might bring in more excitement. Somebody puts on a good show and starts in the back and wins the race or rubs on people or whatever. Them people in the stands going to go tell their buddy at Hardy's the next morning or Monday morning, such and such did this. We need to go back and see if he carries the front tires down the straightaway or whatever. But if they see the same picture show, they're not got nothing to tell them, nothing new the next week.
That's right.
So, one thing Mountain View did this past season, it really helped.
Mountain View was the greatest races we had in our area.
They were doing stuff like, I know y'all know about the Hughes brothers with Scott.
We've heard about the legendary Hughes brothers.
Right. Those jokers would go race because racing always started sooner at 75 when they both were on Saturday night. They'd come to 75. One of the three brothers, if not all of them, most of the time would be first, second, third. They'd load their cars up, drive 20 minutes down the road, start in the back of the field at Mountain View, and go win there too. So they started putting bounties on their head. Like, if you can beat them fair and square, you get an extra $500.
Oh, God.
Or whatever. Or they were doing that if they start in the back because they've won so many. If you come from the back and win, you get a $200 bonus or whatever. So it brought a lot more excitement into it.
Right.
And I know a lot of people were, egging to see it. And I've been seeing it, Ohio Valley, the Carpenters. Between Tyler and Chris, them two were winning every race this year. So they put out a bounty, and every week they didn't go by, the pot got bigger and bigger, and they just kept drawing more people in to beat them, to win that money. So I think it's thing you start doing some stuff like that again, and it helps shake it up and bring the people in because it kind of creates like a local folklore or local hero, and you want to see something that happen.
I feel like that we're in that. Getting to that point that we're in what we're in today because the same one wins all the time.
Yeah.
We shouldn't penalize this guy for working hard and winning. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is this: who in the world want to go line up against the guy that wins 60 something times a year? Well, I don't got a chance to win. You got to be really die hard. You want to go and just say, "Oh, we're not going to win tonight. We're just going to go." Well, I think that until they can figure out how to make everything where the average Joe can slip up and win, because if he slips up and win, he might be hope for the 14th place guy who runs every week.
Sure.
But I think what hurts it the most is I don't know. I don't have an answer. I don't think most people do, and the ones that do think they have the answer they're probably biased on the question or the subject. But how I think we got the same guy winning. But how do you penalize a guy for being fast?
That's right.
You don't need to. But I think it hurts the sport. It hurts your area. It hurts the people getting into racing. If one guy wins all the time.
What's your car numbers?
I'm car one.
Car one.
One as well. We pretty much try to keep them.
Okay.
The same.
And no, his car number's 3.
3 Earnhardt.
And he's 3-digit numbers. People is confused which one they didn't want to choose.
See, I didn't have a number passed down to me. And when we first got into it, I just I got the car, and it was because our very first car that me and my brother raced together. We were taking turns. When I say we didn't know what we were doing, when we were done at the 4 months of racing we did, the right front tire wouldn't even sit on the ground anymore, is how twisted up it was. And so that's when I finally had found that Masterbuilt, and it was pretty, had a brand new body on it and everything. And my wife is that one song, it's like 369, damn, that's fine, or something like that. She was like, that's your car number. And so it's kind of how that stuck. But I told her ever since then, it's kind of been like a curse. We've had like a monkey on our back. So I've taken it. We're going to one, and we're just leaving it on all the cars across the board.
I told them that we could swap numbers. I have no problem swapping numbers, but I've always been one, and one's kind of a brand of me or brand of what I've done. And how the reason I'm one is because my dad had 3 cars all my life, and then his best friend or great friend and him kind of teamed up, and we just raced with Chuck, and there's always a stealth 1 car, and I just took that number, and that was my number. And then I helped a great friend of mine who lives in Riley Hickman, and he was always R1. And so and my best friend, one of my great best friends, Todd Morrow, he was T1. So I've always been 1. I could be 5 like my hero Ron Johnson, or I could be a 0, and I could be that, but that's not me. 1's me, and that's what I feel like I'm just gonna stick with that. So. Awesome. The story behind the number was this weekend at the ISPO. I was qualifying, and you could see the scoreboard down the back straightaway. And this car drives like a dream. It's fast. I mean, I've been bragging about this car that he has to a bunch of people. And you get 4 laps. There's 4 cars, 4 laps. It's like a hot lap qualifying. And this thing's driving like a dream. And I glanced up 1 lap, and I didn't see nothing. I couldn't make it out. I glanced up coming to the white flag down the back straightaway, and I don't see a 1 on the board. I don't see a 1, and I'm thinking, how in the world am I not fast? Now, I was getting more, and I said, I'm gonna have to get me some speed here in this last lap. So I went up there, and I busted my butt, and I hit the wall with the back end because I got in the slime, and I go down the back straightaway, and I coasted to the checker, and I come in. My cousin, he races also. He's in infield. He said, cousin, you was on the board for the whole time. And I said, oh, crap. I was looking for a number 1, but since we're a 3-digit number, they only put a 3 and a 6 up there. Well, I thought 36 was second quickest, or I didn't see a 1. So, so this whole time, I like, why'd you hit that wall? And it was my fault. But there's a reason I was looking. I was looking because I say no way that I wasn't on this top of this board. How fast this car was? Well, yeah, I was there, but I was looking for a wrong number.
Amazing!
So we're eliminating that problem. Just 1 across the board.
I love it, folks. This has been great.
Yes,
we have went over the time. I think we told them. Thank y'all so much for this. Is great. I hope you'll come back. And what we want to do is, people out there, people listening, send us information so that we can help promote the sport. And we're going to come. I want to go to I-75.
I do too.
I want to do that Friday night. I'm definitely going to do that. When does the season start, by the way, for you guys?
Well, season on paper starts in March, but weather never
kind of allows it more of April.
Yeah, so into April is when you can really bank on not getting rained out. April, May. You got May showers in April.
Right.
But we start off in March, pretty much, when dirt track racing starts. But
is your trailers open or closed?
We have a mix.
That's a sore subject. I've had both, and I've had enclosed, and I've had big rigs and everything, but I like my hero Ron Johnson taught me this. I like a simple trailer because that's just less to keep up and everything like that.
So see, we have one big enclosed trailer. We keep everything in it so it stays out of the weather. We don't have to unload it.
I'm usually late in everything I do.
Yeah,
I'm never on time to do nothing.
I'm ready.
So I don't have when I'm ready to leave, and we're probably in a hurry. So something big is slows you down.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have 2 opens and then 1 big enclosed. Plus, the family's always with us. I've got a 3-year-old, and it just gives him a place to get out of the sun.
Yeah.
You know, and stuff like that. Like I said, and it just allows us to keep everything in there tool-wise. So every weekend I don't have to go pack the shop, pack the tray. You know, just leave it in there, set it, forget it, put the car in, and go. So
that's great. Hey, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having
We've had a good crowd tonight listening. We'll have good follow-up views of this. We'll re-air this interview several times over the next couple of weeks.
Yes.
Thank you for what you do. We heard things tonight we have not heard.
Oh, yes.
It has really made my mind think.
Mine too.
Appreciate Dusty. He's going to be on the show coming up, and Daryl, different ones that's coming in. NC Native. We appreciate all of you stopping by, and let's support Dirt Track. I mean, we got to do it. We just got to do it. We don't have to go, you know, get off the internet, get off the phone, or let me take the phone with you or whatever. Yeah. Take a kid, grab a kid. Let's go to the track. Get them a hot dog. Get that deal you were talking about with a hot dog and a ticket, and walk up, let them, you know, see this car and talk to the driver, and just help them to fall in love with a sport. I mean, that's what it's going to take.
I don't know a driver out there, if you walked up and just wanted to talk to them, that wouldn't stop there and talk to you real quick. So
yeah, that's in the camaraderie, the family.
Right.
You know, a lot of the drivers have talked about people sharing parts. Hey, if I got it on the truck, here you go, man. I'll help you out. So,
you got that, Mason?
Yeah,
I've built more people's cars than I can imagine. I don't even remember how I get half the stuff that I've loaned out or people's loaned to me, you know. So,
well, like I said, that's the only problem with him being so good with carburetors is at the track. They're always coming, hey, come over here real quick. And it's like, no, we got to get ready. Hey, leave me alone. We got to get ready.
NC Native, you're crazy. Stocky Balboa is the best at weaving and driving. So, Stocky Balboa. That'd be a good name, though. That'd be a good a good race name. Maybe we could have a one more question. Do people have nicknames at the track? Do y'all have a nickname? We got to know this.
Yeah.
Nobody knows my name, really.
Okay.
But Squirt is what everybody calls me.
Squirt?
Yeah.
Squirt.
And, I tell them, he says, man, these people want you to be on a radio show. And I was actually on a radio thing at this church just right up the road. They had a podcast at Cleveland or Boyd's before it got shut down. These people had a radio thing. And every interview I've ever been into, I've been into a Chevrolet booth at PRI doing interviews with Crate Racing Deal. And every one of them was, how'd you get your name, Squirt? And I said, I know that's what they're going to ask me because I mean, just everybody knows me as my nickname. And but yeah, there's drivers like Booger. He's a heck of a wheel man. He's around here, but his name is not Booger. It's but it's Arvin or whatever. But nobody knows it. I mean, and same as me. I got the name because my dad, Ronnie Johnson. We went down there to work on a car one night, and Ronnie said, "What are we gonna call him?" And Dad just said, "We'll just call him Squirt." Well, Ronnie went around the pits when I was a kid, and he would just say Squirt. Everybody just started calling me Squirt, and that's what my name was. Or
well, that's great.
That's cool. What's your nickname?
I don't really have one.
Oh, we're gonna have to get him a nickname.
Yeah,
he'll make one. He'll stay.
It'll happen.
Long enough to make one.
Most of the time, my wife will always say, "That's my ogre over there." But that's about it, so.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Y'all have been great. Thanks so much.
Thank y'all.
We're going to have you back. We'll go with,
yes.
And thank y'all. We will be back with a little more racing and sports and all that. We're going to take a little bit of a music, let these guys get out of here and make their way back on a rainy night up into Tennessee. Thank you for giving us a little extra time. We wasn't trying to do that. It just was such a great conversation, and I can't say thanks enough. So we'll just put on some music. We'll take down the cameras, and y'all stay around. We're not going to close the live feed. We're just going to take a little bit of a break and say bye, and we'll be right back.
Dave and Dean go each week, spin the wheels, engines speak, tracks of fire, dust and smoke, southern skies, the throttles choke, fast and fierce, racing souls, tearing through the endless cold, twisting metal thunder growls, screams of tires, dirt that scowls. Crank it loud, boys, let it blast. Modes of fury racing fast. Southern Pride racing hours here. Fuel the fire, shift the gear. Every lap from Rebel's dream, gasoline hearts in the screen. Dave and Dean crown the track, each corner fight, ain't turning back. Crank it loud, boys, let it blast. Roads of fury racing fast. Southern Pride racing hours here. Fuel the fire, shift the gear. Nights alive, wheels embrace, burn the streets, set the pace. Hours, speed's the creed. Southern Fried racing breed. Southern Fried racing hours here. Fuel the fire, shift the gear. Nights alive, wheels embrace, burn the streets, set the pace. Hours, speed's the creed. Southern Fried racing breed.
All right, we're back in. Thank you so much for hanging around with us if you're still out there. What a great time, Dean. I really enjoyed the interview. My screen went crazy, and we'll pull this back up. But y'all pray for them as they venture back home. It is a nasty night in North Georgia with the rain, just enough to make it slippery.
Oh,
but hey, they're race car drivers.
Yeah.
But then again, they might have the pedal to the metal. I don't know. Let me pull up the Podbean. Back up. I accidentally closed it. And Podbean is back on the air with the sports. And so we're going to wrap up racing. We'll still talk about it.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about some sports too. Next week, the next show that we have for this, we've got a bunch of ads and stuff we're going to do for Dirt Track. Dean's been nice enough to pull that. And the guys told us they're going to pull send us a schedule for some of their schedules, some other schedules. This is the kind of connection we want. We want to be able to highlight what people are doing, and no, you don't have to have a subscription. Dustin, you're good. Just come in. No subscription. We're not behind a paywall or anything.
No, we ain't
yet. In the future, now we're always going to offer free. Don't worry. But we are looking to take the podcast to TV a little bit. Have our own app. Those things would have to be behind there. It's a lot of cost there, but we'll have different shows. And for those that want to do it, they could be like, I don't know, $5 a month or something like that. And we'll put some stuff there, and we'll still offer some free stuff. Hey, we're growing, and we just want to really impact and get further out there.
Where's merchandise? Don't forget merchandise.
Yeah, and merchandise is coming. We're really working hard. There's a lot going on. No, you're good, Dusty. We're trying to push, with a little train that could. It's getting up the top of the hill, and the Bubba train. We got the Bubba train going.
No, I knew you was gonna do that.
That's right. We're gonna do it. Staying on the Bubba train.
I knew you was gonna.
We're still gonna be talking NASCAR. Don't worry. We're gonna be covering all things NASCAR. Our dirt report, which is I don't know. I just threw that out there, and I kind of like it. The dirt report. It's gonna be. It's gonna have its own thing. It's own little time frame. And we'll have NASCAR as well. You're gonna get 2 in 1. You're gonna get the NASCAR, but you're also gonna get the dirt report. And that'll be interviews. It'll be us highlighting videos that we get, or results, or whatever, or talk about a trip. When we go to the track, we'll do interviews.
Right.
We'll do video, whatever we can get. We appreciate our friends. We got a driver. Thank you, brother. It's wanting to put a GoPro on for us, and that's at I-75, I think. So that's going to be a good track for us. And others we're going to visit, but we're talking to drivers all across the country.
Yeah, we are.
And it's really amazing what is happening, and we just want to find our spot. We want to find our niche.
That's right.
And NC, I hear you, man. Yeah. Well, I'm not putting that on the screen. Oh, we get in trouble here. But it is really amazing. We've got tons of interviews coming. Next Monday, I believe it is. Next Monday, we have an interview on Monday night.
Yes. And
I can't think of the name, so I don't have the schedule right in front of me. Tuesday night, we have added in an interview with a driver from Canada and races in. I'm gonna be putting the ad up for this by tomorrow. She races. It's a she. And she's been racing for 27 years.
Mama mia.
And she races. She is based in Canada. And she's going to, she also races in New York State. So she is going to be coming on talking about all that racing up there in the frozen tundra of Canada.
Yes.
Of Canada, whatever you want to call it.
I have been to Canada.
Well, Dusty, we just might do that. Come to Atomic Speedway or Midway Speedway in Crooksville, Ohio. What part of the state is Crooksville in? We're definitely up for a road trip, man. We are definitely up for a road trip.
Is that close to Eldora Speedway?
That I don't know. He can let us know, but we're definitely up for that. We're going to visit some tracks and have fun with that. I have ran into so many people that have said, I used to go. I loved it. Right, yes. They got away from it. I'm hoping that things that we're doing, that they talked about, that tracks are doing, I'm hoping some things will stir in there. I just want to go. I want to experience. I've never been. I mean, here I was. Now, and I was a big NASCAR fan, close to Zanesville. Got you.
Okay.
I was a big NASCAR fan. I've been to the drag. I used to be a Boy Scout, the dragster, matter of fact, long time ago, eons ago. Shame on me. As much as I could hear Boyd's from my house.
Yeah.
I never went. I went by it before, but I never went in. And now that's not there, I feel real bad about that. It wasn't that I was intentional, just didn't do it.
I've been to Boyd's. I've been to Cleveland.
Yeah,
I've been to North Georgia.
Cleveland's not there. Legendary track.
Right, yes.
But on the flip side of that, there are 2 tracks that have opened up this year, or maybe it was into last year. There are 2 tracks in Tennessee that have opened up. So there are, so you lose some, you gain some.
Yes.
But, I want to do that, and we'll be on Miss Danielle Lohnert. We're going to, our logo for the racing show is going to be on her car.
Yeah.
We ask about that. They're going to be going to paint here in about a month and a half or a month or whatever it is, probably about a month. and we're going to do that.
Right.
And they do T-shirts, so the logo will be on the T-shirt. We appreciate that partnership. She was our first interview. She'll be back as well. We talk here and there, and I work with their dad. So I mean, it's family, small town,
right?
Great stuff. Daryl, I don't know if you're still out there, brother, but hearing about you being involved like that. And anytime, like I said, anytime you'll come on and talk racing, Jesus and racing, you need them both. These guys are great tonight. They brought up so many good things that this old boy never thought about.
Me either.
I mean, it just opened my mind, and that's the value of this.
Right,
I mean,
it is
bringing different perspectives in, and really, this interview was very different than every other interview.
Oh, it was.
We asked very little about stuff from the other interviews.
Exactly,
and we were talking before the show even went live about letting an interview take its own path, and that's what that one did.
It did.
It really was great, and I never run people over, but it was like, man, we're just having fun, you know?
Yeah.
And so hopefully they'll want to come back. I believe they will. They're just awesome people, and didn't know the wife race. I'm finding that out too, that there's a lot of husband and wives who's raised together.
I know it.
And I want to get see about that. Dusty says Muskingum County Speedway is in Dresden, Ohio, where the Moran family lives. Moran family. Okay. So we're learning about Ohio tonight too. So,
hey, Dusty, how close is it to Eldora Speedway?
So yeah, that's interesting. And there's a lot. I mean, there is tons of programming on. I watched 2 other networks today and watching interviews with them that they were doing, and that's what it's all about. Just really working with people. What we're after is just learning and helping to share the joy of dirt track or any kind of racing, any kind, whether it's NASCAR, any kind of racing, go-kart, I don't care.
Right.
It could be lawnmower, I don't care. I want to highlight it, but dirt track is cool.
Yes,
and we're excited about that. So we're doing a little different because we had we had an interview tonight.
That's right.
He said about 2 hours from where he lives.
Oh, great!
About 2 hours from where he lives. And Dusty will be on with us. What is that? February 7th. We told you, Dusty. It'll be a Saturday 11 a.m. interview. We thank you for coming on, and we're going to learn all things about Dusty. So we've got interviews all the way into late February.
Yes.
And honestly, we won't stop during the season. A little bit more dicey on what times we can get them in, but they're all willing to come on, and there'll be return visits.
Yes.
As we see how they're doing, and we'll talk about that. So the interviews will continue to be a part. We really dove in heavy because it's the off season, and we wanted to hit it hard.
That's right.
And get as many as we could in. And but Steve, a lot of places it races year round.
Yeah.
So here it does take a little bit of a break, not much.
Yes, a little bit.
And by golly, we're not far. The week after, what is it? 2 weeks after Dusty's on with us, Daytona.
Yes.
Daytona, man.
But first, we go. February 1st is the race at Bowman Gray Stadium.
Okay. Yeah, and then we have the duels and
all
that, and it's just gonna, man, this is growing. And honestly, we could probably have a dirt track show and then this regular racing show. But again, it's 2 parts. We'll keep them together. We won't close the stream. We'll just keep them together, bookend them, and have a blast with them. Thank y'all so much. We appreciate. We appreciate your excitement. We feed off that excitement. We do, and I think you said this is your first time on a podcast. We're honored to be the first. So we're going to learn all about you that night. Thank you for all the likes tonight too.
Yeah,
Miss Cindy, I know she's been out there with her dad at the hospital. Thanks. And by the way, her husband is a drag racer, and trying to get him on. He's shy. We got to get him out of that. We got to get him on and talk about whatever. He's a little shy. He's not real shy. But I found out that a lot of people get into it later in life.
That's right.
These guys were younger,
Yeah, they were.
But there's a lot of, and it's family.
Right.
Grandfather, father, brothers, the son and the cousins. It's really a family thing where they get together and they just talk racing. But you can see in this the sharing, the friendships, the prices. My gosh.
Yes.
The $40 deal, family of 4, whatever it was.
4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 Cokes.
Dude, I'm in.
Yeah.
Dean, could you eat 4 hot dogs?
No.
Well, see, we could go and, we could take some people with us.
Right.
And I could eat 2 of your hot dogs.
I could probably eat 2. Yeah.
I don't think I could eat 4 either.
No.
Well, I won't say that. If it was a challenge, I might could do it.
Yeah.
You know, there's a couple of guys around here that I'm trying to. He's so busy. I'm trying to get him to come on. He used to have a TV show, and his dad did. But they had a McDonald's apple pie eating contest one time on TV.
Oh God!
I mean, they ate together. I think I may be wrong. I think it was over 100 apple pies of McDonald's. I bet they were sick for a week.
I know I would be.
But you can go to these tracks and get in, and it's accessible. You don't have to go. You know, you're not going somewhere. Again, the NASCAR experience is a really good product right now.
Yeah,
they got the same problem. They need stars. I think they're developing them.
Yeah,
he made a great point. We need more talent. We need more stars.
Right.
We got to get a farm system going, and got to get people those. So you're gonna have to have some kids.
That's it,
and get those kids involved.
Yes.
It's late for us, but you know.
Right. I'm not married, so
yeah. No kids for Dean. I'm gonna take my son and see if I can get one of my granddaughters talked into going. You know, just get her at least used to it. But this is Americana. This is what we do. We love competition. We love to race, and there's nothing like being in that dirt. I like this conversation about the dirt too. It's a great question, NC. And I never thought about that either. It just makes me think I'm ignorant, man. I'm just trying to learn, you know.
Carry 10 pounds of dirt home with you every night.
I never thought about that.
I either.
But as I've saw those cars going down the road, I have seen the dirt caked on.
I have too. I never thought about it. I never really.
Well, it's like water out of a pool, I guess you could say, or sand in the sandbox. They take a pail or two out. There's going to be less sand there. So it makes a lot of sense. But all right, Dean. Dean has not got a chance to do any of his notes. We're not going to do all of them. We're going to do some. There's no vault. Yeah. Again, no Dean's vault tonight. Next time,
right?
You have a dirty mind. That reminds me of that song from Jackal.
Oh yeah,
that's what it reminds me of. NC's just he's a wordsmith. He's legend. Not in his own mind. He's legend with this. So he's always coming up with something. So we're going to give you an opportunity. Dean's Notes, we didn't really talk about it. Dean's Notes is brought to you by Wolf Nation Coffee. Wolf Nation coffees are amazing. I promise you, it's the same coffee. We just changed the name, and we have a new brand. We've rebranded that coffee. Let's see if I can get that pulled up. Where am I at? I'm in the wrong place, Dean. You're supposed to keep me straight. There we are. There's the Wolf Nation Coffee. There's your QR code. We've got a lot of affiliates we work with. We'll only cover a couple tonight. But
continue talking.
Yeah. Here's Wolf Nation Coffee. There's much more blends than what you see on the screen. There's also teas, and they're all good. Every one we've had, and we drink it here in the studio. And we've rebranded. I'm waiting on a couple things with our vendor to get this new logo on the packs. We've got it on the website. We're making that change. Just working with them. Once we get all that, we'll have a big kickoff. And we'll probably have some giveaways. Honestly, folks, we'll have some giveaways of coffee too, and some of the other stuff as well. Also, don't forget Patriot Mobile. Patriot Mobile, amazing. All my phones are on Patriot Mobile. Use the promo code Cornbread when you make your switch today. They are Texas-based. They are Christian. They're America First. They support the First and Second Amendment. They're amazing people. And, they don't have a bit of problem with standing up and talking about how great America is and calling out things that are wrong. So Patriot Mobile, they're amazing. We have I was playing through some of I'm redoing some of the commercials, but we have some of those old ads and stuff, and I was putting up some of them last night, and just amazing folks to work with. I don't know if this is one of them or not. Let me see there. That's not what I was looking for. I am all discombobulated tonight. I'm going to blame it on the rain. Verizon, some of the cell carriers have been down a lot today. I know Dean lost his.
Mine's still down.
Is it still down? We've had problems, and I think our guest, they had
mine's
trouble.
down.
Yours is still down?
Yes.
So it's a big deal. We'll blame it on Russia or something. I don't know. Just kidding. But Patriot Mobile is a great one. The NC says his Verizon is still down from this afternoon. I haven't even heard what caused it. I don't know if they're even saying. It could be lots of things, but maybe they'll get it back. Frustrating. We use our phones for a lot of stuff.
Yes,
I'm thankful it didn't affect the stream at all. So Xfinity's good. Yeah.
Yes.
Dean, what we got?
Okay, the Miami Dolphins have fired coach Mike McDaniel after 4 seasons.
Yeah, a lot of coaches fired early in the season. They just haven't performed. They just have not performed well.
The Atlanta Falcons have decided following players to reserve future contracts. I don't know what some of these initials are. You might have to help me with these. Wide, WR, Chris Blair, Acorn State.
Okay.
P, position P.
Punter.
Okay. Trenton Gill for North Carolina State.
All right.
DB.
Defensive back.
Okay. Tyson Johnson, Oregon. DT.
Defensive tackle.
Ben Steele, Nebraska. OT.
Offensive tackle.
Andrew Stubber, Michigan. RB.
Running back.
Carlos Washington, Southern Louisiana. DB.
Another defensive back.
AJ Woods, Pittsburgh.
So they signed these to their practice squad?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, getting ready for the offset. Well, they're not going anywhere.
They have been signed for future. They are reserved future contracts.
Yeah, you will always bring a lot more to the preseason to camp and everything, and then you'll start making your cuts. But you got to get a lot of talent, or as much as you can get in. Take a look at it and see, because the Falcons have a money problem, bad. Because, the contracts they give out.
Yes. The 2025 season on Falcons practice squad. These is the players I named out was 2025 season of Falcons practice squad. So you're right, okay. Practice squad.
Yeah, you can keep so many on the practice squad. If after a certain amount of time, teams can take your players from there. You have so many rights of refusal or things like that. It's same in baseball, but you can protect them for a while. But so when people have injuries, they're kind of going around looking at different practice squads and seeing if there's some talent that they can pick and put on their bench to strengthen up. I've always thought the NFL should have a few more players on the active roster on game day. It just seems still low to me because you never have enough offensive linemen. You never have enough defensive backs. They need to make an adjustment there. I've said this for years. Injuries are part of the game. Have them active for that. So many you can have active if they're needed. If there's injuries, they're dressed and ready to go if you need them. It's too tight. To me, it takes away from the ability of the team to, even put players out there they needed. To me, it puts more players in a danger for injury because they're not prepared for it. I mean, things happen. They go in thin. Teams like to go in light in certain areas because they're trying to keep an extra player here or there. It's only 53 players can make the game day roster.
Okay. I didn't know that. Tennessee, okay. A couple weeks ago, you talked about the Davy Crockett on Tennessee Vols.
Yeah, you got the guy that runs out. It's got, looks like Davy Crockett's got the rifle. No, it's a fake one, I think, but got the coonskin cap and all that. Yeah.
I've got notes on him.
All right, let's hear about him.
Davy Crockett, mascot, Tennessee Vols, leads Vols today, proudly flying the tri-star flag and runs the Tennessee teams onto the field and the famous power flag throughout throughout each game.
NC, it would be, it wouldn't be good for health wise. I'm sure the players union would have a problem with that, but if they had to put one offensive lineman in defense, it'd be fun to see what happened, I guess. But the players union ain't ever going to allow that. Different people, lead out the team out on the field. Right. Of course, the coach lead them out, but they got the Davy Crockett guy. Some teams have a really cool. I call it like a march out with their music and everything. Some of it's cool. Some of it don't look so good. I don't know. I don't want to be critical here to you Tennessee fans. Biscuit Boy's Tennessee fan.
I'm sorry,
but I'm gonna tell you what, man. They roll out them hills up there, man. And you just never know what you're gonna see. I went to some concerts up in Tennessee, and you just never know what's gonna roll out of a hill. but that's part of their stick. I get it, but could you at least give him a real gun? Because I know that's a fake. It's a fake gun. Give him a real gun.
He might shoot himself.
What?
In the foot.
He might shoot Smokey by accident.
Okay. You say something. There have been 10 Smokies for Tennessee.
10 Smokies. Here you go. I didn't know this. I just knew there'd been a bunch.
Blue Smoky was the first one. 53 to 54.
Okay.
Smoky 2, 55 to 63. Smoky 3, 64 to 77.
That's a long time.
Smoky 4, 78 to 79. Smoky 5, 80 to 83. Smoky 6, 84 to 91. Smoky 7, 92 to 94. Smoky 8, 95 to 2003. Smoky 9, 04 to 12. Smoky 10, 2013 to present.
2013. We're way away from Savannah, Dusty. That's like
6 hours away.
Savannah. If you're talking about Savannah or Savannah, I don't know I may be wrong on that the way you spelled it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm up near Chattanooga is where I'm at. I'm not in Tennessee. I'm in Georgia. I'm a Georgia boy, but yeah. I'm almost there. So my question is this on the Smoky. So
okay.
10 Smokies. 1,
right.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I didn't have to count my toes on that.
Right.
Where are they buried?
It didn't say. I have looked and I cannot find it.
This is something I found out a long time ago. Now, they may have changed it, but there is not the legacy of the Smokies that there is of the Ugas at Georgia.
That's right.
You won't find it.
That's right.
For all that they brag about the Smoky, it doesn't have this great history that they would like for you to think it has. They might have made a change on that.
Right. Yeah.
But the Ugas, they're buried at the stadium.
Yes.
And it is beautiful. An honored corner of the stadium.
I didn't know that.
Where I heard, I may be wrong, so I'm gonna make somebody mad. I heard that the Smokies were, they were just buried out somewhere. Somebody said the landfill. I know that's not true, but where is this? Does anybody know?
I don't know.
Where's the Smoky Dogs buried at? Is there a place that they all 1 through 10 or 9? We got 10, I guess, is in there, but where are they? NC says Smoky 8 started Friday alongside Ice Cube.
Oh,
I just want to know where are they buried? Is there a place where all of them are buried together? Nothing against Smokey. It's a good hunting dog, all that.
Right.
But it doesn't have that. I'll say the same for Mississippi State. Where's the Bulldogs at? I mean, do you have that? If you have it, you have it. I just want to know. I'm calling it out. Where are they at? Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
If Smokies are buried,
I'm not putting that on screen.
I don't know. Make somebody mad. I don't know.
Somebody tell me if you know. This is a challenge. If you know where the Smokies are buried for Tennessee Vols, that's something. If you can tell me, I have never heard in my whole life where they bury the dogs. And do they have a grave marker? Is there a marker there for each of the 10 or 9 or whatever it is that's deceased of the Smokies? Where they at? I'd just like to know that.
I would like to
know. And do
know.
they have a little saying about each one, because Uga has that.
They got to.
If you got it, I want to know. I want to see
it. Yeah, yes. Enlighten us, folks.
Well, I'm just saying, hey, Billy Moore, I just like to know where's the Smokies buried at. I mean, I have never heard this. I've never seen the Goodyear blimp go over and zoom down and say, there's where the Smokies are buried.
No.
I've never seen one of those ESPN specials where they go out and they do the food thing. Never they do a good-hearted story where they go out to some cemetery somewhere there in K-Town.
That's right.
And they say, here's all the Smokies here. They're buried.
That's right.
So if it's there, I want to know.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's there.
I don't either.
I've never heard of it.
I either.
They just got a new Smokey.
Right.
And this is another thing I want to know.
Okay.
Are the Smokies, are they related? Like, is it in the blood? I hear you. See. Are they related? Like, is it in the bloodline? I want to know because UGA is. So all those people give me a hard time about UGA and putting UGA down. Tell me that about your Tennessee Smoky. I want to know. Hey, if I'm wrong, I'll back up. But I have never had a Tennessee fan ever. And all the Tennessee fans like to give me a hard time, those I work with. If y'all are watching that, I'm calling you out. You tell me, where's Smokey at? Where's he buried at? Are you honoring those dogs? Dogs should be honored.
That's right. Amen. I agree.
Somebody gonna give me heck. What else you got, Dean? This is good. I like this.
Okay. MLB announced that Max Kepperhaus has been suspended for 80 days for testing positive for ethanol. Kepper plays for the Phillies.
Yeah, okay.
I didn't know that.
Well, they put, the drivers were talking about pushing the limits.
Right.
Athletes have for decades tested the limits on things that they put in their body to, heal faster, to get stronger.
Right.
And it's constantly a game that is played. And they have stepped it up. They've suspended players. Now the minimum, I think, is 80 games. You do it again, you're gone for the whole season. That would be basically 80 is half of the MLB season. You do and then you can be banned for life. So they do the testing every year, and people, so there's an asterisk beside it. Listen, they were great players. Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa,
right.
Barry Bonds, and many, many more, not just them, that really bulked up really quick. And, they do the testing, which they do that in the Olympics. They do it in about anything, really, any sport. But the MLB has really went after it and testing. So you get suspended like that. And in the NFL, there's an investigation going on from one of the wide receivers in the league. Very hardcore controversy. I mean, bad stuff. I mean, even like strangulation.
Right.
So sometimes you see that stuff. There was a player arrested this weekend too, one of the players out there. So that affects playoffs. These could possibly affect playoffs for some of the teams in the NFL. And so we'll see. We're going to talk about the football here in just a second.
Okay, I got one more thing to read.
All right.
Did you hear Monday about the NASCAR press conference?
I don't think so.
Monday, NASCAR had a press conference about the new format coming out for this year. They're going from the old way was if you win the race, you're in the chase.
Well, I didn't see the press conference, but I heard someone was out there praising Mark Martin.
Yeah.
That Mark Martin had a big deal in getting this change.
He did.
So what are they going to do? That's what I didn't know.
Okay. All right. The old format it can be the same as this year. 26 regular races, 16 drivers in a chase. You win a race, you get 55 points.
Okay.
The old way is 45 points. It can be quality points in the race. Like you win a race, 55 points. Win a stage, 10 points. It can be still stage racing. 10 races at the end of the season. 10 drivers in the chase. No elimination. No more elimination.
Okay.
The final 4 races, the final race gets the points. Like Denny Hamlin got the points. He'd be the champion this year.
Okay.
Best finish wins the race. The best in the points.
Well, that's what they used to do. So, they listened and, they come out of the lawsuit. They made a settlement. So that's a cool response. So some of the races are staged. I knew it.
Yeah, I knew it. Oh, yeah.
I hear you, brother. I hear you.
Tony Stewart's going to be racing this year.
He is in truck.
Yeah, in a truck.
Going to be at Daytona in a truck. I saw that. How cool is that?
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. I saw Kyle Larson out there doing some lower level racing as well.
Yeah.
So the Larson Motorsports, he's perfect size for all that too. He can flip between different classes, different things. He's not a big guy,
right?
But he races big, that's for sure. The champion,
right?
So,
right, right.
Cool. Dean's notes, I love it, man. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, it for tonight. Dean's notes.
We could carry notes to next.
We're gonna have notes in the next show. We've got
tons
of stuff to put on the screen for you in the next one.
Yes.
Tony Stewart will be at Daytona Trucking rented from Home Depot. All right, let's talk a little football. We got to talk a little football before we get out of here tonight. And me and Dean, this is, they've started the playoffs, but we're looking at the last, some of these games that just occurred because we're catching up a little bit because we didn't have a show. So the Rams beat the Panthers. That was a comeback win. I watched a lot of that game, and Stafford TD passed late, and Parkinson had a great game in there. But they do edge out the Panthers. Got to give the Panthers credit; they played really well. But the Rams did beat them, and Stafford had 304 yards and 3 touchdowns. Great job, Coker, the wide receiver, 134 yards for Carolina and a touchdown. Good for him. The Bears also rallied and beat the Packers. We might have talked about it. Don't remember, but they got that win. We're going to come up to date here in just a second. Maybe the greatest game. I said there was a lot of games that could be considered great games for the weekend. One of them I did mention was the Bills and the Jaguars. Hey, I like the Bills, but I found myself kind of rooting for the Jaguars in this game.
Really?
They were playing so good. I mean, I just got to give them a lot of credit. They really were playing well, but the Bills pull it out. Josh Allen, he's the king of comebacks. I mean, he is amazing. And this was definitely a preview of who could be in the Super Bowl. But the Bills beat the Jaguars 27-24. Josh Allen, 273, a touchdown. Not huge numbers, but Travis Etienne, he ran really strong. The numbers don't show it, but when they needed a first down, he was getting it. And again, Washington, Jacksonville had 107 yards and a touchdown. This was a hard-hitting, physical game. They're all physical, you say? This one was a lot more. What do we think about the Bengals? I think the Bengals are in line to be really good next year.
Yeah, they are.
They got to keep Burrow healthy. They have to keep Burrow healthy. I mean, simply put, they have a good team.
Yeah,
they were showing it late in the season. I look for them to be a major player next year. We'll see how the draft goes. We'll do all that analysis once the draft gets here. We'll be looking at that. Another great game, and I watched at least half of this, the 49ers and the Eagles.
Oh, yeah.
I said the 49ers are going to win, but it looked doubtful there for a while. I'm going to tell you, I thought the Eagles were going to come back and win this thing. The Eagles had a chance. And unfortunately, Hurts threw an interception, and it was over with. But the 49ers do beat the Eagles 23-19. For Philly, Saquon had 106 yards on the ground. He's always going to get his stuff. For San Francisco, Purdy, 262, 2 touchdowns. Robinson through the air, 111, and a touchdown on the receiving side. It's tough to lose at this level. Philly is proud. They've played well. They're Super Bowl champs. But 49ers, I think, my opinion, is the team that's going to win it all this year. I think this may have been the biggest test that they have. Maybe even in the Super Bowl. We'll see. But I think we'll see because that New England team looks really good. And speaking of them, the Patriots beat the Chargers 16-3. This was a bad game by the Chargers, but the Patriots are a really good team. Yeah, he needs to stay healthy. That's right, Dusty, for Burrow, Joe Burrow. He needs to stay healthy. That's been a problem for him. If he's healthy, he's throwing for 300-400 yards a game. The Patriots get the win. May had 268 and a touchdown. He even had the rushing lead for the team at 66, and for New England's Stevenson had 75. A great game. Now, going into games that were just a couple days ago, or a game that was a couple days ago, I was broadcasting, but I got in late in this game. The Texans and the Steelers. Now I said that I think that the Texans is another team that could get there. I love that team. Love their colors. Love the uniforms. I mean, they got some great players. That defense and lights out. I like the coaching staff. This is a good team. Sorry, Cook, if you're watching out there, I know you're a Cowboy fan, but the Steelers, they just didn't look like they were never really, to me, not in this game. Early maybe, but that's the thing. The Steelers don't win their playoff games. They get there. Right. They have not won a playoff game since 2017, I think it is. And so the Texans beat them 30-6. Aaron Rodgers looks done. I haven't heard of an announcement if he's going to go. He walked off the press conference. He was not happy about the questions.
Yeah.
And shockingly, because he's just always been there, Mike Tomlin is not the coach of the Steelers anymore, and they're looking for a coach.
Mm-hmm.
Today was announced that that the Atlanta Falcons did interview the coach that was fired. I was shocked that he got fired from Baltimore.
Yeah,
Harbaugh.
I saw that.
Now they announced that the Atlanta Falcons have interviewed Harbaugh. Somebody said lock the door and let him get out until he signs the contract. He's a proven winner. Of course, Matt Ryan was brought in as basically this CEO of football operations or whatever. He's a liaison to Arthur Blank. I think it's a great move by the Falcons. I like Matt Ryan. He loves the team, loves the city. He's invested in it. He will not be telling the coach or the general manager what to do, but basically he's there to help Blank. Well, he needs it too. He needs to make better decisions about who they draft. They don't have a first-round draft pick. They've got to rework some contracts. Kirk Cousins reworked some of his contract to help them out, and so we'll see. But the Falcons suck, right?
Nah,
suck. And they're not going to win the Super Bowl. Dean says they're going to win the Super Bowl next year. And I'm like, are you crazy? All right.
Okay. Did you know this? Falcons All-Pro Bijan Robinson, sorry. First team running back, second team all-purpose.
Well, he deserves it. He's the one guy that played great all year. He gave everything he had. He just needs help.
Right. I saw that, and I thought about you.
Yeah, his jersey hangs on my wall in the studio here. You can't see it, but I have his jersey. Official, not a ripoff, but official NFL jersey. All right, let's look at the games for this weekend, and we'll talk about the college championship. These are wonderful matchups. The Bills will be playing the Broncos, and that is at Mile High.
I pick the Bills.
This is a hard game to pick because the Bills they're just playing so well. They've been there so many times, knocking on the door. This is a team, man, the Bills just never can. Either they get there and lose or they can't get there. They're right that close. But this is at Mile High, and Denver is a really good team. I'm going to have to go with Denver on this. I hate to pick against the Bills, but I think they're a little vulnerable in a couple areas that showed up in the last game. This is the playoffs. It's not the regular season. I think the Broncos get it done. Bo Nix has played well. This team has played well. Love you, James Cook from Georgia for Buffalo. But this is a great matchup. I think the Broncos get it done. Dean's going with the Bills. You can't go wrong. Flip a coin. But I think the Mile High, I think they played at home. I think that's a big deal. It's tough to play there. It is tough to play in Mile High because of the elevation difference and the altitude or whatever, and the oxygen. Teams tend to get a little tired late in games. If this game is close, it probably will be. The spread is only 1.5 right now, and Denver's laying that. So I think Denver, it's a close. It's going to be a late field goal. Denver wins. 49ers and Seahawks.
I said the Niners.
I'm going Niners as well. The Seahawks have played well. Nothing against them. But I think the 49ers are going to the Super Bowl. I really believe that. I don't like I hate them, but I think they're going to the Super Bowl. All right, the Texans and the Patriots. This has got to be the best game of the day.
I said the Patriots.
Yeah, you're going well, and it's hard not to. This game is in New England, and they play well at home. They always have. They deserve to get picked here. Honestly, they deserve. We've picked them all year long, or most of the year, and they've only let us down one time. This team is 14-3, and by the way, they're 6-3 at home. But the Texans are 5-3 away from home. This will be a close game. Don't take it that I'm saying this is going to be a blowout, because it's not. But I think that the Patriots win at home. I think the home team advantage here is big, and it's going to be cold. All that plays in. I think I'll say the Patriots over the Texans, and I hate that because I'd rather the Texans beat them. The Rams and the Bears.
I'll take the Rams.
At 6:30. This game is in Chicago. Broski Bear is wandering around out there somewhere. He may not be in the channel right now, but I'm going to say the Bears have been making comebacks and comeback. This is the Falcon way. They're going to break your heart, Broski. They're going to break your heart. The Bears are going to lose this game. The Rams are going to go into Chicago and win, and Matt Stafford is going to continue this march he's got on for one of the best seasons. He is really your MVP, and I like Matt Stafford. He's played a heck of a season. And I like him. So, and you took the Rams as well?
Yes.
This is like a first. Like me and Dean never take most of the same.
You're right.
Did we take it? No, I took the Broncos. That's the only one we disagree on.
I took the Bills.
We're getting closer. All right. Your national championship for the college football. It's down to it. We've got the Indiana Hoosiers against the Miami Hurricanes. Great game. Both of them have great defenses. Yes. I think Indiana probably has a little bit better offense, my opinion.
I'll take Indiana.
I'm going to Indiana as well. Nobody has they've not lost a game.
No, they haven't.
And they're not going to lose this game. Sorry, Frank, my brother-in-law. This game will be close for a bit. Miami might even have a slight lead at first because their defense is legit. It's great. But Indiana is on fire.
Right.
And let me tell you, I watched this quarterback, and I will still say, to the idiots in the NFL, that whoever are picking these round 1, round 2, round 3, and you're waiting to take a quarterback, some idiot, they were saying third round, maybe slip in the second round. To every team that needs a quarterback, if you don't take this guy in the first round, you're stupid.
Exactly.
He put every pass right on the money under pressure. There were a few times he was under pressure. He can throw every throw. He's not the fastest guy running, but he's fast enough.
Exactly.
He doesn't have to be. He can be a pocket passer. All he's got to do is roll out of trouble. This kid's legit first-round draft pick material, and somebody needs to take him. And that third round, that's bull. He's not a third-round pick.
Right.
You better. I know they like to take defense early and offensive linemen and all that. Now, a lot of times they do take quarterbacks early, even in the first 3 or 4 picks. But this year they were saying, he's a third rounder. No way.
No, he ain't.
Pick this guy right now. He's your man. And so Indiana's going to win the national championship, I believe. And we agreed again.
Yeah.
We've been at odds all year long.
Right.
Of course, if it had been Tennessee, you wouldn't have picked Tennessee.
No. Would you?
Well, no. Well, I don't know. I mean, if I thought they would win, I would.
Tennessee and Georgia Tech. Which one would you?
See, there's 2 different things here, Dean. One, you're talking about my heart, how much I hate both of those teams. But I can pull that back, and I can be fair in the analysis and say who I think is going to win the game. See, your heart's all into it. You got to separate, man. You got to separate that. Come on, man. I have rooted for Tennessee before to beat Notre Dame. That's the only time I have, but But if Tennessee deserved to get the pick, I'd pick them. Yeah, sure.
No, I wouldn't. I would pick Tech over Tennessee.
Well, that just said all we need to know about Dean.
Or Georgia. Georgia. You got to stay in the state of Georgia.
Are you sure you're not a Tennessee fan or something?
Yeah, I don't like Tennessee.
I mean, talking about Georgia Tech like they actually belong in the state. I mean, come on, Dean. Come on, man. There's one team that rules the state.
Georgia Tech. You got to stay in the state of Georgia. No. You got to stay right there in Georgia.
No. Georgia Tech is an afterthought, and you know my thoughts on that. But anyway, the Remlin wreck from Georgia Tech. Dusty said, I didn't know this. He says, I am an Ohio State fan, but I got to go Big Ten Indiana. Well, I think that's the way to go, man. They've not lost.
Right.
They've not lost a game. Everybody that picked against them has been wrong. Now, I'll admit, early in the season, I thought it was a fluke. I didn't watch them. I just never caught their games.
Right.
It was always on at an odd time, and I was doing podcasting or stuff. But I got to watch this team, tremendously impressed.
Right.
And I said, I think they're going to go all the way, man. I've held that. Now, Miami deserves a lot of credit.
Yeah, they do.
This is not a slam at Miami. They are back. They are back. It's not a fluke. This is a good coach team. It's got a lot of talent, and they absolutely can win this thing. I mean, things can happen. Quarterback gets hurt, Lord forbid, for Indiana. things can happen. Players get hurt. You know, we just don't know weather conditions. I don't know whether they're playing. No, they're playing inside. But you know, things can happen. But come on, Indiana's going to win this thing.
Yeah, they are.
This is a dream season. I love the coach. I love the look of that coach for Indiana. But he could stare down a grizzly bear. The bear would take off running. I love this guy. He is awesome. Nothing against Miami again. I love the quarterback. They're playing with a chip on their shoulder. You know why? Because everybody told them, you can't do it. You're not good enough. Indiana, who do you think you are? They've been eating this for 25 years. They've had some seasons where they played pretty good, but everybody's just dissed on them. The pickers have dissed on them. They're ticked off. This is a mad team. This is a team that said, hey, we're going to do it. And by the way, the fact that I thought was great that even the announcers picked an offensive lineman as one of the games they played, picked their offensive lineman as the MVP of the game. I thought that was great because their offensive line is mowing down people. They're eating defensive lines alive. This will be a good test though, because Miami is really, really good. I can't wait to see that. Of course, I think that kicks off tomorrow. And hey, enjoy. So we got football through the weekend. It's about to wrap up.
Right.
We're going to be talking about racing as always. But we're going to talk. You know, baseball be coming back around.
Oh yeah.
A lot of news coming out about that. Hockey. We haven't mentioned hockey much.
No,
we probably need to do that.
NBA.
I have been watching a few games, so I'm trying to get back in. I got away from it myself, and they just ticked me off. But I'm trying because we want to cover sports.
Right.
But yeah, you'll have all that come back around. Then the racing season will kick back off. And before you know it, it'll be, you know, you'll have the football teams get ready for camp. So I can't wait for that. We are going to visit. I love to visit minor league baseball.
Yeah.
We're going to have to go to this new stadium next year for the
are.
Chattanooga Lookouts.
Yes.
It's going to be first class. It should be for what they paid for all that. It should be.
Yeah.
But I like what they're doing. And it's a crown jewel for the town coming off through those mountains
and then
coming around and seeing that stadium.
And then you got to go to a Falcons game this year. You got to get back in a Falcons train. You got to do that again.
You see what he does to me. He brings in a notebook that's Atlanta Falcons and got the Falcon on the back and all that. They're supposed to have some new uniforms coming out. It's the helmets were black. What's new about it? Are you kidding me? Like they always, this is just marketing stuff to get you to buy. Don't fall for it, folks. Don't buy the new jersey. Don't buy that. Come on, man. They don't deserve to be praised.
What do you think about the Tennessee Titans mascot?
Who is their mascot? What is he called? I've never seen it. Is he a Titan? I really don't know. They're getting a new stadium.
Yeah.
But what is their mascot? I really don't know.
It's a T-Rack.
A T-Rack? T-Rex? What?
T-Rack is a mascot for Tennessee Titans.
That says all you need to know right there.
He is a raccoon.
Oh, he's...
the state animal of Tennessee.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's better than Freddie the Falcon, I guess.
T-Rack made his first appearance in August of 1999 in the 1999 Tennessee Titans, Atlanta Falcons, with Titans with Tennessee Oilers.
See, don't even say that. That makes me so angry. Houston Oilers, Tennessee grabs that franchise. I know they get to keep all their records and everything. I think you should lose all that. It should stay where you were at because you left the town. I am not on these teams leaving Atlanta, their city, except if Atlanta Falcons want to take a go. I mean, that's fine. I'm still okay with them leaving.
In 2011,
we need a Mexico team.
In 2011, T-Rack won their title of most awesome mascot.
That's bullcrap. Come on, man.
By Cartoon Network.
That tells you all you need to know right there.
Cartoon Network's Hall of Games. In contest, T-Rack was pitted against Gorilla.
Gorilla.
The NBA Phoenix Suns mascot.
Oh yeah, he's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Bango, the NBA Milwaukee Bucks mascot.
Pretty cool too. They do all that jumping up and doing flips and dunking the ball. I'm pretty cool with them.
And Philly Fanatic.
The best in the biz. The best.
For the MLB's Phillies.
The Phillies, yeah.
T-Rack appears at every Titans home game. T-Rack has been known to zip line for the top of Nissan Stadium.
I think I have saw that. I think I did see that. So maybe I have saw it, but I really didn't pay attention that much because I can't tell you what it looks like.
T-Rack repaired from buildings in downtown Nashville. T-Rack also appears on season 2 premiere of Titan Games on NBC. Sorry, folks. He was there to lead support to Barney Weaver, who portrays the Green Warrior mascot at Tennessee Titan Games.
Okay, well, here's what I got to say about that. I'm not a fan of the team, so obviously not a fan of that. But no matter what T-Rack is, T-Rack's going to be cheering for a bad team. That they got a new stadium now. They got a new stadium. It's kind of like Atlanta. They fleeced the taxpayers. They got them to cough up some money. It's going to be indebted to their great grandchildren, but they're not even going to have a good product on the field. Tennessee is bad, and so they're going to need T-Rack to really build momentum because he may have to zip line in from space or something to keep that team exciting. I'm sorry that Atlanta, the two teams stink. They're horrible.
Tennessee Titans, formerly Houston Oilers.
Oh, yeah. Makes me mad we lost the Houston Oilers.
Titans is a professional American football team based in Nashville.
Yeah, they're based in Nashville.
Tennessee Titan competes in the NFL, National Football League, as a member of the American Football Conference.
Yep.
Home field is Nissan Stadium.
Which is they're building a new one. Is it still going to be called that? I think they changed the name, aren't they?
No, it's going to be still.
Oh, that's what it is called? Okay. Is
South,
it across the river?
Yeah.
I mean, they went across the river, right?
Right.
Okay.
South Division, the team will move to a new domed stadium with same name, completed in 27.
Oh, it's not even going to be ready this year?
Next year.
So you still get to go to the old stadium. All right, Tennessee, you have a year to get ready for the new stadium. You got a brand new, spanking new stadium. You got to get a good product in there. And right now, you don't have a good product. Atlanta has the same problem. Yeah, they did win the last 4 or 5 games.
I told you they would.
Well, come on, Dean. You really weren't that confident. You're just picking at me, man. Come on.
That's right. That's right.
See, I got to admit it.
That's right.
I got to admit it. He didn't think the Falcons could do it either. He was shocked. I think he fell out of his recliner when they won the game.
The Titans was established in 1959, 66 years ago. The colors is Titans blue, red, silver, white, navy. Mascot, T-Rack.
T-Rack. I don't like that. I've never had a problem with the colors. They have good colors. I like the look of the uniforms and stuff.
The owners is the Adams family.
Still, I think, but the Bud, or wasn't that? They died.
Amy Adams Struck is a chairman.
Yeah.
CEO, president is Burke Nahier. General manager is Mike McCoskey. Head coach, Mike McCoy.
Yeah, and he won't be there much longer. And a lot of people thought maybe the Adams family needs to sell the team because they just haven't. It's not been good. They have made bad football decisions, and I'm gonna say it just like Atlanta. Atlanta has made bad decisions. Hello, Jake. Got you. Appreciate you helping us out. Blank is in an urgency right now. Blank is getting a little older, and he's, some people were shocked he fired the coach after only 2 years. I said he should because he deserved to be fired. He's under a lot of pressure. He knows he's got to get this thing turned around. He's catching a lot of heat. This city invested a lot of money. The taxpayers He did as well. He put some money in there, but you know how the storefront goes. It's really cycled money, but they're guaranteed 130 something million every year, no matter, because of the TV deals. It may be more than that now, maybe close to over 140 or 50, but they're guaranteed that money every year. You could put the worst product on the field ever, you're still going to get the same money. Now if the stands aren't full, then you're not going to sell as much concessions and jerseys and all that. But come on, I mean, I think that's a problem, a big problem. They just they can get richer by just taking the TV money.
Right.
And if they don't reinvest into the team, and you have the salary cap, so they can't spend more than what's there. And so the owners, I think that's what Cleveland's doing. Even though they gave Deshaun Watson a bunch of money, this is a bad product. It's a bad product on the field. Some might say they're pocketing more of that money than investing back in the team. I don't know.
The team history is Oilers from 66 to 96.
The great Earl Campbell. That was I loved Earl Campbell.
Tennessee
career cut short.
Tennessee Oilers from 97 to 98.
That sounds horrible.
Tennessee Titans from 99 to present.
Yeah. By the way, that was a bad move. All these moves are bad. People get mad and upset, and I don't blame Houston. Houston's got the Texans now, but there's always going to be those fans say this is crap. It's like when Modell took the team out of Cleveland to Baltimore and all that. I mean, there's people. I mean, it really devastates. Then you got teams like the Raiders who have moved like, I don't know, gazillion times. I mean, all over the place. The Rams have moved like 4 times or something, and it'll happen again. It'll happen again. There's a couple of teams that are in bad shape, and they'll probably end up moving, and they're wanting to have another round of expansion.
Right, and take league conference affiliation: American Football League, Eastern Division, 60 to 69. National Football League, 70 to present. American Football Conference, 70 to present. AFC Central, 70 to 2001. AFC South, 2002 to present.
Yeah, and we'll give them a look over when the season before the season. We'll do we did that last year. We were trying to look at all the teams, make some predictions for those conferences, and then come up who we think will win. You can join it. We're going to have a panel next year if you'd like to be on it to pick college and pro. I'd like to have about 10. I've got about 4 people lined up right now. If you'd like to do that, just let me know. You'll have to pick though. If you're going to be on the panel, you got to make sure you get your picks in, and we'll just see how we do against each other all year long. I think 10 is a good size panel, and we're going to pick college and pro not every game. What we'll pick in college would be the top teams in the league. But the NFL will pick every game.
Okay.
Every game in the NFL. I mean, there's over 100 colleges or something like that, major colleges. So we'll define what that's going to be, but probably top 25.
Okay.
And we'll look at obviously those 3 main conferences, and we're not going to get down to the sub series and all that, but we'll definitely trim that down so we don't have so many to pick. But we pick all the NFL games. We definitely do that.
So good to me.
And if you'd like to come on each week and as we do those picks, let us know if you want to be a part of that. But folks, that's Racing and Sports tonight. We expanded a little bit. We appreciate you being here. There's been a lot of folks in the stream.
It was.
Thank you so much. Give us a like, follow, share.
Right.
Pray for Dean because he's got a fever or something. I'm over here making picks that he's picked. He did pretty good tonight. I gotta give him a hard time. He's been sick.
Yes,
I was. The family.
Right.
You can see he's still trying to get over that. It's been rough.
Yeah. Yes.
Now he's got cold. It's been wet today. Now it's gonna be cold.
Oh yeah.
We're getting down in the lower 20s, I think, for the next couple of nights.
Yeah.
We'll be back next week on Monday, but we have special shows like Tuesday, the interview.
Oh yeah.
Do the
Monday
interview.
and Tuesday both.
So we're doing Mondays, Tuesdays, some Saturdays.
Right.
So
right. And one Sunday.
To get the interviews in, the main show will be Monday or Wednesday, depending on Dean's work schedule.
Right.
So next week it's Monday.
Right.
We have the special days. We're doing the interview.
Right.
Ken, we miss you if you're watching. We miss you being here. Marine, got to have him back. He's been under the weather as well.
He's just a security guard over here.
Yeah, and so he watches the door for us. He makes sure nobody comes in and hurts us.
That's right.
Shout out to our interviewees again tonight.
Yes.
Y'all did great. Thank you. And thank you, Dusty, for coming here for the whole show.
Right, yes.
And Dusty will be on in about 3 weeks.
That's
and
right.
We look forward to that. Thank you, Daryl, NC Native, Jake coming in late.
Right.
Still got in there, though. We appreciate you. All the people on Instagram, we see your names. Some of you I've seen before. Thank you so much for being here on Podbean. We're on about, we're on some things double. We're on about 14 streams tonight. Thank y'all for that on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, Rumble. Don't forget about Rumble. And if you don't have a Rumble app, you need to get one. They are great. And we're also, like I said, on Podbean and Instagram. Yeah. Hey, man. And there you go. And we're looking forward to having you.
I am too.
And send your friends and other race car drivers, and
that's right.
We're here for it.
Right.
We're not going anywhere. We are in for the long haul. Thanks for Biscuit Boy dropping in.
Yeah, thank you, Paul.
He will be with me Thursday night for the Wolf Nation and Cornbread Nation shows. Fan mail on Cornbread Nation. Oh my gosh, those clips are hilarious up there. We've been getting a lot of attention, a lot of questions about this wolf. Well, we may have another wolf. We've had some fan mail come in. I'm not going to say too much, but fan mail has already come in, and I got to get with Biscuit Boy and get ready for the show. God bless America.
Yes.
God bless this great land.
Yes.
If you don't have a good church to go to, find you one.
That's right.
And have that relationship with the Lord Jesus Christ.
That's right.
He is the only one that can wash away your sins.
That's right.
I am thankful my name is written in the Lamb's Book of
Mine
Life.
is too.
And Dean. And hey, we just care about you. We want you to know the Lord. And it's the world is a scary place.
Yes, it is.
If I didn't know Jesus, I'd be thinking, wow, what's going to happen? But
too.
see, I know the end of the story. So as the old song says, I'm a winner either way.
But we don't have
Gerald, thanks for stopping in, preacher of the word.
But we don't
didn't know he liked dirt track. I didn't know he did that.
But we know how the story ends too.
Oh yeah. So shout out to our pray for the president. It's a hard job, whether you like him or don't like. Don't matter. Pray for him. We have more interviews coming. I'm trying to get everything in before we go.
Right.
The 14th district here in Georgia is being watched worldwide.
Yeah.
We have interviewed Miss Jenna. I'll give her some credit here. She's been great to support us, and we appreciate you, Miss Jenna. There she is in the 14th district, going to Congress. I have another gentleman supposed to be sending me some dates. I'm sending some dates to another. We talked today. He's definitely going to be in studio.
Oh,
it'll be towards the end of January, 1st of February. We're going to figure out what works best. And I have a gentleman, it's a surprise, that is a giant. You may not have heard about it, but believe me, he's a giant. We talked about politics. He is from the state of Georgia, and we're going to talk about patriotism. We got to get that picked out when's going to work best because his mom's been in the hospital, and we're working on that. We've got a lot of interviews cooking. We have believe it or not, I'm waiting for him to give me the time. We have a person running for office in the Bronx, New York.
Whoa.
He's going to come on the podcast. He said absolutely would come on with us, and we'll find out about New York politics, which is also major. He's conservative. He's MAGA, and we need to support these conservative guys. Our military, pray for them. Pray for the people in Iran. My gosh, what's going on there?
I know it.
And let's pray our men and women in the military don't
they're
have to
talking
get
about
in harm's
hanging.
way.
They're talking about some hangings in Iran, hanging the protesters.
It's getting ugly. It's really getting ugly.
Yes.
Dusty said he grew up around dirt track racing. We want to hear all about it, brother.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
And he's going to tell us about his car and all that good stuff and what he's trying to do to get it ready for the season. Hey, shout out to everybody. God bless. We'll put on some music. We'll get out of here. And you got to get Dean home.
That's right.
If he don't get back at a certain time, he turns into something. It's like the Snickers bar thing.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He gets the later he gets a little crazy.
That's right.
And I got to get him out of here before it gets too late.
That's right.
And he's driving himself tonight. They don't have Marine here to help him.
That's right.
And we got to get him back from this side of Rossville to the other side of Rossville.
Right.
That could be a journey
across the ridge over here.
Across the ridge. You just never know what you're going to cross your path as you go.
That's right.
I'm going to make some people in Rossville mad. Hey, I've lived here my whole life. I know what's going on.
I do too. I do.
Rossville. Are you a ridge runner? You're on the ridge? Are you on the ridge?
Yes.
He's a ridge runner.
Yes. I live on the side of the ridge.
So you're a little higher status than I am. So I'm Valley, you're Ridge.
I grew up. I live right behind us. Old South Rossville Elementary School.
Oh, that is up on the ridge. Yeah.
I live right behind it.
Oh, so you're looking down at all those commoners, the commoners of Rossville. They're great folks. I'm giving them all.
I'm not going to say nothing here.
But yeah, let's pray for each other.
Yes.
Miss Cindy, who's in here, pray for her dad.
Yeah.
I know she's probably not here now. He's had some things done, doing good. And pray for Paul. Paul says he just came in and said his Verizon is down. So he's not been able to use his phone all day. So he sent me a message that just popped up. And y'all pray for him as well. He's got a trip coming up to Nashville.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's going to Nashville. Big goings on.
Been there, done that.
Gonna be putting the tux on. So that's
yeah.
Cool. All right, let me find the song here. God bless. Salute. Right. We'll see you next time. I don't know if I'll be back on tonight. Maybe I've got to catch up on a couple of shows. If not, I'll see you in the morning.
Remember, hey, how? Salute.
Yeah, salute. I wasn't on this morning. I've been a little under the weather myself. I didn't sleep good. Cornbread Man morning show. We'll be on in the morning at 6 a.m.
We won't be.
You might not. You may.
No.
What? Oh, come on, man. You got to get up. Represent. Have your coffee ready and come in the show. We'll talk about all kinds of stuff.
We won't be here in the morning.
We won't be here. Well, I'll be here on a cold Thursday.
That's what I'm saying. We won't be here in the morning.
Come on, man. Are you afraid of the cold?
I don't like cold.
I don't like it either. We also have, like I said, the 2 shows tomorrow. We got to catch up our music show and our history show. Those are 2 shows I've got to get caught
What
up.
do we do a remote from Hawaii?
A remote from Hawaii?
That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Oh, it'd be great. You paying for the trip?
No, you are, because you make more than I do.
We're gonna get Dusty to pay for our. Well, he'll charter a plane for us.
And Paul will pay for it.
Paul, yeah, he's money bags.
Yeah,
Paul's got money. Paul's probably got money buried somewhere. He's probably forgotten he's even got buried.
Right. Hey, Paul, I want first class tickets. I don't want no coach.
First class.
First class.
I wish I still had the Concorde. It'd be great to take the Concorde across country or Hawaii.
Yes.
They would never let us back. Dean.
No, they won't.
They would never let us back. What is that song? I was country before country was cool.
Yeah, that's Barbara Mandrell.
Yeah, let's see. Dean was country before country was cool. Favorite country artist?
Alabama.
Well, that's a good pick. Right down here in Fort Payne, Alabama.
I like Oak Ridge Boys.
That's a good pick, Oak Ridge Boys. Who else?
I like George Jones.
George Jones. Oh, yeah.
My favorite rock and roll, Hall and Oates.
Hall and Oates. And you can't say that anymore. They're not together.
No, they ain't.
It's Hall or it's Oates.
That's right.
But when they made all that great music, it was Hall and Oates. Man, that's sad, really. That's really sad.
The Cars was good.
The Cars?
Yeah.
Man, you just took a nosedive off the side of the cliff, man. Come on. What, Rick Ocasek? They had a couple of good songs.
Yeah.
The Cars.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on. This gets better the more he says. Is anybody else you want to mention? I know you had some. You had a crush on some female singer. Who was your
Pat Benatar?
Pat Benatar.
Who didn't?
Well, I'm sure there are people that didn't. I don't know. Did you have a poster of her on the wall?
No.
No poster of Pat Benatar? Mom, did you know this? Mom's probably still out there listening. Pat Benatar, really?
Yeah.
So what'd she sing? Do you know one song by her? Let's see if he's a fan.
Love is a Battlefield.
Love is a Battlefield. And I noticed he picked that one. Love is a Battlefield. You didn't like Joan Jett?
She's okay.
She's a Pat Benatar. I love it, man. That's cool. Dusty says Carrie Underwood. There's a lot of people that say that.
Better than Taylor Swift.
Oh, he's a secret fan.
No.
He's got the Taylor Swift CD or something somewhere. No. I bet if you look through his Spotify, there's a couple of Taylor Swift songs.
I don't think so.
If we look back at his 2025 in review, a couple of Taylor Swift songs.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Hey, you told me you liked a couple of her songs, Dean.
Yeah, a couple of them was good, but
I just said a couple.
That's right.
So, anybody else? Barney? Was you a big Barney fan? No Barney.
Danny Griffith Show Barney? Yeah. Barney? Yeah.
Oh, music is great. We like to talk music on here. You know, and I've been to a lot of shows, and for the better or for the worse. So we'll talk about that. In our music show, I got to get scheduled back in. I actually have it scheduled. I think that's Friday night. We're going to wrap up with Def Leppard and then kick into another group. And history, we're going to be talking about Major General George Thomas, the Rock of Chickamauga. Good night, folks. I could talk all night. This is a fun night. I'm stoked about the interviews. That was great.
Yes.
Appreciate them so much. We'll see you soon. Let me get the music pulled up here. Dean, see, I got to get Dean as engineer so I can talk and he can engineer.
Over here. Right here.
There you go. See, I need help.
I know you.
Taylor Swift band. Oh,
Hee-haw.
Hee-haw.
I like hee-haw.
I like Hee-haw. There you go. I bet you like Hannah Montana.
No.
Come on, man.
No.
Hannah Montana. Right here. Madonna.